In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord Jesus Christ, our true physician and healer, be merciful to us and bring us your aid in these troubled times. Heal our sickness and every affliction of your people. Drive out our infirmities of soul and body. Free us from all disease and especially from this pestilence. We place in your gentle heart the elderly, the frail, people with disability, children, young people and families, our indigenous peoples, those who are poor, lonely, and isolated. As you walk with us, free them from fear and give them patience and hope together with our loving care. In your mercy, deal also with causes of our pitiful condition, that in curing our lack of faith and spiritual weakness, you may also remedy our bodily ills. Father of mercies, we thank you for all who care for the sick. When they diagnose, give them patience. When they protect the vulnerable, give them your protection. When they work to heal, give them strength. When they comfort, give them consolation. When they are tired, give them rest. When they are discouraged, bring them your hope. Come, Holy Spirit, enlighten the minds of women and men of medical science who are working to find a solution to this viral infection. Guide their research and help them discover what you provide in creation, sure ways of control, protection, inoculation, and healing. In eternal wisdom, guide our leaders called to serve us in our nation. May they respond to the challenges of this affliction with prudence and sound judgment. With foresight, may their planning alleviate the economic burdens, compensate for losses, protect employment, and ensure ample food for the poor and isolated. Merciful Lord, we stand before you in our human weakness. We confess that we have been caught up in the pride and presumption that drives worldly society. Give us humble and honest hearts to discern the greater mystery of your providence in creation. May we accept your justice and trust your redeeming mercy. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is your boy AB, and our time it's 9 minutes past 9 here in the Philippines, and I think it's yeah, and it's 9 p.m. here in the Philippines. And happy Valentine's, everyone! And this is another episode of your favorite show every Sunday here in the Philippines. This is Live Talk with AB, and this night is a very special night because not only that I'll be joined by one of the awesome individuals that I've known in the social media or in the cyber world, but he's also one of the um how do you call this? One of the best people that really showcase his passion for everything. But later on, we'll be meeting that amazing person. Before anything else, I would like to acknowledge all the viewers. If ever you're new here, this is Life Talk with AB. We're going to talk about life in general, anything under the sun, anything under the moon, underneath the ocean, anywhere in the outer space. So, anyways, everyone, if you're watching this, you can share the live stream and don't forget to follow the page. It's www.facebook.com/ashbulldoglagon89, and also I have my socials posted. And of course, you can share this to any groups that you're in. It may be sorry, I'm just there's a transparent feedback. But yeah, this just showed that I'm so excited for this night because yeah, a lot of people are celebrating their Valentines, and I hope you're doing great this evening. And for those who are single, don't worry, there are like 7 billion people in the world, and if you can't find that number one person in your life or your partner, probably you can find that in Mars. So just wait for another century or 5 years from now, hopefully. But yeah, anyways, again, keep on liking and sharing the stream, and of course, it's a wonderful evening, and we're gonna be talking about love. Love wins. What is love? Love is in the air. Love is underneath the water. Love is underneath the sand. Love is in your plant. Anywhere. So, without further ado, let's give it up for the one and only my poggy boy. Just my poggy boy, all the way from Jersey. This is Jey Prime. Hey, what's up, dude? What's up? Oh my God. Hey, what's up? What's up? So, uh, good evening, man, or good morning, all the way
Yes.
in New Jersey. Yeah, what's
Maayong
up?
buntag. Maayong buntag. Magandang kaganda. Good morning. Thanks for having me, bro. Thanks
Yeah,
for having
so
me.
it's an honor. It's an honor, and it's a blessing to have you. Especially, I know, um, it's morning there in your place. So, what
Yes,
time is
bro.
it in Jersey?
It's currently 8:12 in the morning.
8:12 in the morning. So, good
Yeah.
morning,
Thank you, bro.
America. So yeah, it only shows our biases when it comes to quote and unquote brands. But yeah,
Right, right,
but
right. Yeah, I noticed that.
yeah, I noticed it too. The first I'm like,
hmm
okay, I can
Yeah.
see checks and I can see stripes. But let's not gonna talk about that. Let's dive in. Our very first question. This is the killer question I
Okay.
always ask to my guests. Kamusta ka? How are you?
Okay, lang. I'm still waking up.
That's nice to
no,
hear. It's
no,
a lot.
no. It's okay
So
because I slept early. I feel good. I'm doing well, man. I was looking forward to this podcast for ever since we linked up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was during the episode with Anna.
Right.
So again, a lot of people were sending me messages after the first episodes or the pilot episode of Live Talk, and I wasn't even expecting that much of appreciation and support from you know unexpected community. Because
Right.
first of all, this is something that I just wanted to look back in the future, like when I grow up, I'm gonna show it to my kids. Like I'm gonna
hmm
name him or her Ash or Ashley. Ash, did you know that your dad was a
Awesome. Yeah.
podcaster? And look
right.
how
Oh my
embarrassing I
gosh.
was before. But yeah, it's something that
Nah, bro.
it's like a journal that we could do. So
Right.
yeah, so you mentioned earlier it's morning there. Next question before we go into the getting to know stage, just a to lighten up the mood.
Right.
So, what are your preparations for today,
Oh,
especially
for
there?
today.
Like it's a
Okay.
very special day. It's a
Right.
red day.
Yes, yes. So, I mean, obviously, we're here now. I've been prepping for this, been trying to get my mind ready mentally, and I'm still grateful that I have this opportunity to share and build with you, bro. So, of course, we're here now, and then it's still morning. After we're done here, I'm gonna have a Valentine's lunch. I have a surprise for my
Ooh,
wife, and then later on, I will be streaming. My wife will be streaming for the first time with me, but
r-
yeah, she
really?
won't be on camera, but she'll play along with me.
So
We're doing that 6 a.m. Philippines time.
6 a.m. Philippines. So that will be yeah later. That will
Yes,
be
much
far
later.
away from
Yeah, yeah,
much later. It's like
yeah.
so that's a really nice plan, and it's really heartwarming to hear, especially that you're playing you with your wife, and
Yes,
it's not so often that you see partners doing stream together or
right,
playing video games together because not most people or most couples share the same interest in the love and passion for games. But yeah, since you already blew me away with those answers, let's get it on to getting a know stage.
right.
So first question, what is your preferred name? a lot of us would want to be called from, if it's okay, what's your preferred name and
Right.
why is that your preferred name? And if you're give my follow-up question to that is, if you're given the opportunity to be named a different name, what would it be and why?
Okay. Well, I would prefer to be called Jay. For those tuning in, I don't know. I just have this thing where I don't want to just put out my government name like that. So I prefer Jay or Jey Prime, or you could call me Prime. My crewmates actually, most of my crewmates call me Prime. I'm used to either one, and um, if I wanted to be named something else, that's a good question, bro. Because I don't know. I've grown accustomed and I've grown to love my own my persona, Jey Prime. Muted.
Well, that's really yeah. I was like, that's really, and that's really nice to know, because a lot of people nowadays, especially when it comes to streaming or on the cyber world, we have like made up names, or we have character names or in-game names. So that's really something that I'm really interested in about, especially when people are not comfortable with their real names, or sometimes they
Right.
really wanted to be in this persona that they
Yes.
project in the cyber world, or the world wide web.
Yep.
So now my next question would be, what is your favorite Filipino food?
Oh my goodness. Oh man, making me hungry already.
Yeah, that's a safe question. That's a safe question.
It is a safe question. All right, so I grew up eating a lot of beef soup. My Lola used to make. So I would, if I really had to boil down to like my absolute favorite, it would be a nilagang baka. It's my favorite, absolute
Oh,
favorite. Eat that
ah,
all day.
like what do you call that? Inside the bone marrow.
Bone marrow, yes.
Oh, dude, you should
Mm,
definitely, whenever you have the
mm,
opportunity to fly by, like just drop by here,
yes.
I will definitely treat you to one of the best nilagang baka
Oh
here
my
in
goodness.
Davao City. And
Yes.
yeah, you shout out to all our viewers as well, and of course, shout out to those who are selling nilagang baka naman. You can just comment down below if you know anyone who would like to sponsor this. You can
Yes.
definitely drop some comments. But yeah,
Oh man.
nilagang baka, like man, like that's like a staple food for me before. Not that we have like a lot of cows or whatever, but yeah, like sometimes when my dad would be bringing us like a like cow, or how do you call this in
Right.
local sabaka.
Yep.
Sometimes you just pour water, hot water, and then you just throw in some, how do you call that, ginger, and sometimes like the hashtag Vetsin or MSG. So shout
Right.
out to Uncle Roger. Sometimes you just throw it in, and then the
Yes.
soup will just makes your stomach really full. And
Hmm.
yeah, that's a really nice meal. It makes me hungry as well at this time.
Right.
And thank you so much for sharing that Filipino food. Now my next
Yes.
question will be, what's your favorite Filipino merienda or house snacks?
Hmm.
We're gonna
That's
talk
a
about
good
a lot of
one.
food. It's like,
I know. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. Filipino snacks. Man, that's a good question, bro. I like mango float.
oh man,
Yes.
like seriously, why mango float? Why, like, a lot of food? Like, why Jay? Why
I
mango?
mean, during the pandemic, me and my wife, I think we made at least like 6 mango floats throughout the whole pandemic. So, I've grown to love it. I don't know. It's like the first thing that comes to my mind. For some reason, I love mangoes, and I just love. It's easy to make, and it's quite delicious. Kalame, so good.
Calamari. And yeah, and a lot of viewers, if especially to the viewers, if you don't know, Jay is originally from the Philippines, and we're gonna ask him, where do you live here in the Philippines before? Like
Sorry.
before, I mean, where are you situated here in the Philippines before?
Oh, actually, no, bro. I was actually born here. I was born here in the States.
Oh, bye. That was a wrong information.
You're
That's
good.
actually why I asked the question because I wanted him to share.
You're fine. You're fine, bro. You're good. You're good. So I was actually born here. I actually I did a semester back in the Philippines. When was that? 2007, 2008, something along those lines.
Really?
I actually, yeah, I did. I went to school in Butuan City, where my family is from. I did a semester there. Uh, I also tried to go to UST, Santo Tomas.
USD. Yeah,
Yeah,
yellow.
yellow. Yeah, yellow.
Yellow.
So, um, no, because it just didn't work out. So I ended up coming back here. But I've been based here basically my whole life.
Mm. So
Yeah.
that's so shout out to all our friends in Butuan. So big
Yes.
shout out to everyone there, and
Yes.
yeah, that's a really nice story. So because a lot of people would be wondering why my friend or my guest know how to speak in Bisaya or in Tagalog.
Konti
So
lang.
later on, we're
Timbalan.
gonna have like Filipino time challenge later on. So my next question will be since we've been discussing about meals, we've been discussing about food. It's just an appetizer for but we
Yeah.
started with the main course, and that's just weird. You know how it goes here in the Philippines. It's totally different. You start with dessert, you have your appetizer or main course after, and then you'll have the appetizer at the end.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's a
Yeah.
total opposite. So
Yep.
now we're gonna ask you again, what is your favorite movie, if ever you have
Oh,
one, and why? Like
goodness.
of all, like if we're gonna talk about movie, it's like the first thing in your mind. It's like it made a huge churn in your life. It's like huge impact in your life, and why?
Oh, okay. Huge impact. All right. All right. Well, I'm just gonna be honest. Like the first movie that comes to mind, my first favorite movie, Transformers, the original from 1986, not the you know kind of
Um,
Transformers.
Transformers, na
Yep.
na 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 na.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Jey Prime. So yeah, I would say that. I grew up. Uh, I was basically born into it. My brothers were huge Transformers fans when they were kids, and then they passed on their toys to me. Um, as far as impact goes, I don't know, bro. I watch a lot of movies. Me and my wife love to go to the movies. I can't. Um, like I'm drawing like I'm having like a brain fart, like thinking of like whatever movies really made a
Yeah.
impact for me. But to answer your question, like if I had to like if I know a movie by heart that I could play in my head and I could play in my sleep, it's the original Transformers movie. I'm a
Who's your
geek.
favorite Transformer? That's a tricky question, right?
All
So
right,
who's your favorite Transformer?
Optimus Prime.
Optimus
Optimus
Prime,
Prime.
like
Yeah.
the OG,
The OG.
like
Yes.
the truck. He's a trailer truck. No, 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 he's not a trailer truck.
Sorry.
It's like he's
He's a trailer
a
truck. Yes, he's a
trailer
trailer
truck,
truck.
right? A trailer
Yes.
truck, like a huge trailer truck.
Yep.
Yeah, I grew up watching those like before, like yeah, in the 90s, and it's
Right.
just like random robots for me. But I grew up loving more of the Gundams, like
Gundam. Yes. Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
like Gundam Wing, like but we're gonna talk about that later. So next question will be, what is your favorite song?
My favorite song. Oh my goodness.
It
This
doesn't
is
have to be. It doesn't have to be your wedding song or your partner song. Later, we're gonna ask that as
okay.
well.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
your favorite song is like your go-to song whenever you feel sad, whenever you feel happy. It's like your this is my go-to song. It's like
Mm.
the anthem of your life.
Oh my goodness. This is also hard for me too because I'm also
Born
I
from the boombox.
yeah from Boombox whatever I DJ but I haven't DJed in a while. Oh my goodness, a song that oh man I don't know, bro. I really can't.
Okay,
This is
we'll
a tough
just
one.
we're going to narrow it down. So we'll be sticking with the genres. So favorite hip hop song
Favorite hip hop
or
song.
hip hop song. Rap song rather. We'll start with the rap song. We'll
Okay,
start with the
hip
rap
hop, hip
song.
hop. The first one that comes to mind. Hmm, bro, this is so hard. I love
Killer
hip hop.
questions, right? This is
I
just
live.
the easy level questions. We're not
I,
even in the intermediate
in the thick of
questions
it.
yet.
Yes. Oh man, favorite hip hop song. Ah, bro, this is so hard for me. I can't choose one, and like all the titles were like fighting in my head. Like I want to be named. Um. Uh, oh my goodness, the pressure. My goodness, bro, this is hard. I can't.
Yeah,
I
this
can't name
it's
one.
so it's so difficult, especially when you have like a lot of songs in mind, and then you can't choose one because you don't want the
Right.
other artists to be left out. But yeah.
I mean, it'll be easier for me to name all the artists I like. I like Eric B. Rakim. I like A Tribe Called Quest. All right, A Tribe Called Quest. I love Award Tour. That's one of my favorites.
That's nice. So
Yeah.
next question, favorite pop song. You gotta love some pop songs. I know. I can see it from your face. I can see it from your eyes. You're like, you have like those, like low key favorites.
Okay. My absolute favorite. It's gonna be Me by NSYNC.
It's gonna be me. Oh, like,
Yes.
can you do? Can you show me some of your dance move from that song?
Oh. How does it go? Baby,
Do
when
it.
you. I can't remember, bro. It's been too long.
That was just trying you, dude. But thank you so much for
Right.
being. That was so unexpected. But
Yes.
as you can all see that J Prime is so game with all of the questions. So now next we've been talking about music. We've been talking about movies earlier. So what are your hobbies lately? So especially when this pandemic happened, what was your daily hobbies that you just discovered or had love?
um, I mean, it's a given. I've actually embraced the streaming thing since this pandemic, and like this whole time during the pandemic. I'd like to give a special shout out because I see her in the chat. Jax Martinez, one of my best friends now that I've met through the pandemic. Yep, my BFF. Her and her husband, they actually inspired me to stream. Uh, I give my I give my all. I give my 100% gratitude and everything, all my love because they enabled me to put myself out there. I never even thought about streaming like ever, and for them to be the way that they are and how they compose themselves and give out the great content, it really inspired me to do the same. So
Uh,
yes.
that's so nice, man. That's so nice. So, a lot of friends of yours also. I have been seeing your watching your streams after I visited Anna's stream, and then after seeing your stream, I was like, oh man, like boom. I was like sucked from time, and all of a sudden it's like these are the games. And you shout out to my brother. Brother is watching from Japan. Hopefully all our friends in Japan are doing safe, especially from the recent earthquake yesterday.
Oh,
And you shout out to you, bro, for watching. And um, later I'm gonna share more of those OG games again because of this youngest brother of ours, Tracky. Because man, we're gonna have a huge throwback session later on. So and of course, happy viewing to your wife. I think it's Kirill.
yeah,
Kirill, for thank
yes,
you so much for allowing us to have this podcast, and
yes.
it's such a blessing just for sharing your precious time, Jay's precious time with me. And this is something that I've also been wanting to have, especially building bridges and building connections and building bonds with a lot of people all over the world. And this is something that I'm really grateful of. And so thank you so much, girl. If ever you're dropping here in the Philippines, specifically here in our place, I'm gonna treat you only manga,
Oh my
like
gosh, bro.
all of the different mangas, like
Thank
Carabao
you, man.
manga, like Indian mangoes,
Oh, man.
mix of Carabao mangoes,
Ooh,
dried mangoes, ripe mangoes, overripe mangoes, mango tree, if you want, name it. I'm gonna treat you. So now, I've asked you about your hobbies that you have, discovered during the pandemic, which is streaming.
right.
What is your the talents that you have, like you have discovered throughout the pandemic, that these are my talents, these are the things that I've been wanting to do, and these are the things that I've been born with. So what
Okay.
are those talents that you have
Well, talents that I discovered during the pandemic, or just talents,
during
like in
pandemic
general?
that
Okay.
during pandemic?
During the pandemic, let's see. My social skills definitely shot way up after, like, doing the whole streaming thing. I I you know I was already planning events and, like, formulating, like, ways of entertainment, and for me to run my own show, my own stream, you know with I work as a graphic designer full time,
Oh,
so I've definitely, like, learned a lot of skills that I acquired, like, you know um, I learned how to, like, approach things differently with my designs too. And what else? I learned a whole lot about, like, the streaming, like the technical aspect. I've kind of learned how to you know uh, have a variety in content. And let's see. Um, I've also, like, kind of, like, sharpened up my video skills a bit too. My video editing skills. Yes.
so that's really nice. And I am so jealous of you, especially when it comes to graphic designing.
Yes.
I've seen your samples, and of course I posted in the description below, or in this link below, J Prime's social, so you can also check out his page.
Yes.
And of course, a lot of people have been asking as well. Now that we have discussed a part of you, and we'll be continuing that later on throughout the intermediate or medium level of questions. So this is just a easy level questions. It's all about you. Now, we have you have shared about streaming that you have developed throughout the pandemic, and that's actually one of the reasons why we have linked, or we have connected. So
Yes.
what is your content all about? What's your first, what's your page name, and then what is your content about? Tell us
Okay.
more about your content.
Okay. So my page on Facebook, exclusively on Facebook, is Primetime Retro, and um, I mostly stream, like, retro games. I would say, like, before the I would say before PlayStation 2, Xbox,
Mm.
somewhere between, like, somewhere, like, before that era. I do some current generation games, but as of right now, I only stream mostly, like, as Anna would like to say, vintage games. Vintage games, yeah. But
Vintage games.
later down the line, when I get my new PC, thanks to the community for helping me get that. I'm going to start doing design streams, and I'm going to make it a
Mm.
variety of page. So it's going to be it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it.
And of course, that's something that I'm also going to be looking forward to. Especially, I myself is a frustrated visual artist,
Yes.
myself, and it's something that I have troubles, especially when designing. So, please pardon my my free template.
Oh no, no, you're bro. You're good. You're good. I actually enjoyed it.
Post.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
But hopefully, by March, I could also have my PC. So you
Yeah.
shout out to Momonga Sama for helping me out build my CPU, just my CPU, because it's all about the CPU.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And Primetime Retro. Why Primetime Retro? What's about it? Why not J Prime or
Oh.
Prime?
Okay. That's a good question. So with my crew, shout out to my crew, Retro Flow crew, my breakdancing crew. We we hold this yearly event. This was before the pandemic happened. It's called Primetime Breaks, and I I had trouble like coming up with a name. Like I would have done J Prime, but I just wanted to like have my own like separate entity for streaming. So um, again, shout out to my friends that inspired me to stream. They actually helped me like boil down and think of like pick out this name and Primetime Retro. Um, I decided to stick with it. And I only really play retro games, so it only just made sense for me. Plus, by the time that I stream here in the evening, it's considered prime time. And shout out to my
Mm.
friend Liza. She likes to make this joke. She always calls me prime time Beta, and it's so funny whenever she says that to me. But yeah, prime time retro. I stream usually in the evening. Retro games. It just only makes sense to me. Mostly in the evening, but yeah.
So what time is prime time there in your place?
Prime time could be any time after 5, but I usually go on
Mm.
like kind of late. I would say like within the 8 p.m. 9 p.m. region. So that's
Ah,
that's,
that's
that's my prime time.
so. Anyways, people from I think East area, right? East area,
Yeah, mostly in the east. The
East area.
east coast. Yes, but I
Uh,
have people tuning in from from the
all over,
Philippines, from London. I mean not London. United Kingdom. Basically everywhere.
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 So
Yeah.
just check out the page and Primetime Retro. Favorite retro game that you have been playing?
That I have been playing.
That you have been playing, yeah.
Okay.
Except Pokemon. I don't want
Oh,
it to state the obvious.
oh no, no. Good boy. um, Mega Man. I've been playing a lot of Mega Man.
Oh man,
Mega Man,
yeah.
Super Mario, Sonic. Yeah, yeah. All the
Of
classic.
Super Mario.
Yes.
What is the fastest time that you have finished the game
Oh man.
recently?
Recently,
Yeah, recently.
I it's pretty embarrassing because like I need more practice with Mario. I can't even tell you, bro. Um, the last time I did a stream of like Mario, like one of the last times I did, I didn't even finish for like maybe 4 or 5 hours. So it's
Oh,
it
it's
was pretty
kind of
difficult. Yeah, it's very trying, but I try my best. I try my best.
so. Speaking of Super Mario, since it has, I think it has 8 worlds, if I'm not mistaken. The original Super Mario
Yes,
Bros.
the original, yes.
Eight worlds. So do you skip everything, or you go from one world
Sometimes I do.
to the next?
Sometimes I do, but the game that I streamed, I went through the whole thing, to have that content go
Yeah,
through.
it's really nice.
Yes.
Like you finding out all the one up
Right.
hidden one ups.
Yeah. Try to. Yes. I mean, when I was a kid, of course, I would skip, but
Yeah, we always look for that
the warp. Yeah, the
special
warp zone. Yes.
the warp zone or
Yeah.
those tunnels.
Mhm.
That
Mhm.
so it's something that it's really melancholic, especially for all of those but it doesn't show the age. We're not
Right.
gonna talk about that
Okay.
taboo age topic because
Yes.
it's gonna be obvious. And Mega Man, oh my god,
Yes.
if I could remember it correctly, me and my brother Traki used to fight a lot when it comes to it, because we're siblings of 5, and our eldest is our sister Aline. So shout out to my beautiful sister. Happy Valentine, sis. And four bros. So my brother, me, two younger brothers. So we always fight over family computer. So it's something that it's real difficult, especially when it's Super Mario or Mega Man, because it's not two players. You can't
Right.
play together. So you have to wait. So what we normally do is we pray, like next to our brother, because our brother. You shout out to Kuya Bullet, my brother. He's really good. He's really good when it comes to one player games, Super Mario. And then sometimes what we do, we always pray at the back that he dies.
Oh my goodness.
Like at the
Wow.
back, like if Traki could also comment, like we were like, in vernacular, please mamatay ka na, please mamatay. Not my brother, just in the games, like please mamatay ka na, mamatay. And whenever he dies, like it's like a celebration. And then the funny thing is, I'm the second player because it goes like the hierarchy.
Right.
Older brother, me, younger brother, and the youngest. And
Yes.
our youngest, which is Traki. Not that I'm shaming him, but it's something that it's worth sharing because he would really cry. He would call our mom from the office, and then
Oh my gosh.
he will just share. It's like he will call the number of my mom at work, and then all of a sudden he will just call, ma, hindi ako pinapalaro ng nila Kuya Bulldog and nila Kuya Bullet and nila Tukoy. And then we had a deal. It's so obvious. Like you have to wait for your turn, and then it's an impossible turn because
Mm-hmm.
me myself is very competitive when I play Luigi. Yeah, shout out to all the second players there. We're gonna wait for our first player to lose, but yeah, our youngest brother is also someone that is really competitive himself. When they play, or Chucky, I passed down the torch to him as an OG gamer, like legit. Like
Right.
he was so addicted to games. Not really addicted in a negative way. It's more of he became too passionate about games, and it really showed, especially when we played like MMORPGs and mobile games. But yeah, but we'll not talk about me. We'll not talk about Truckee. It's just
Okay.
something that it's really it's something that's thank you so much for that's something that I really like about your content.
Right.
It's bringing back time. It's
Yes.
something that oh my god, whenever you see that on stream, like
Yes.
because here in the Philippines you just see normal streams or the usual
Right.
games, and
Yes.
then we see people like you, um, Anna, also first, what
First
was the name of
responder.
first responder, like you
Yes.
guys, like bringing back the OG games, something
Yes.
that just like I want to install. That's the reason why I installed again, like
Oh no.
three like games in my phone, but
Right.
I'm finding time. I'm finding
Right.
time,
Right. Right. Right.
and it's something that a lot of people would really could relate to, and something that it's what I love about your streams is like the people in the comment section as well is
Yes.
helping you out. For
Oh yeah.
example,
Of course. Shout
like
out to that
hey,
community.
like the community is so
Yes.
active, and it's really nice, and
Yes.
that's one thing that I really am envious or jealous about. Like, oh, why didn't I have that? Like, you have that. Have you
Yes.
had that feeling that, oh, that's my That's supposed to be content, but instead of
Yes.
having that jealousy, it's more of like, I'm so happy, I'm so proud. Like, yeah, J
Yes.
Prime pride, J,
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
like salute.
Yes. Yes.
It's so
Absolutely.
nice, man. So we thank you for really playing those games that you're really passionate about, and it really shows. It really
Yeah.
shows, especially when you stream, and then whenever I watch, and then it's like, no, you missed that one up. You missed that one up, and then people in the comment section will help you out, and
Right.
it's a good way. It's a good thing that the streaming community is really friendly
Absolutely.
when it comes to those content. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mention the game when you have a different, that content was, man, you have a lot of viewers, but
Yes.
it's toxic. It's really toxic,
Of course,
and
man. Of course.
it's something that I'm straying away as well. So
Right.
now it's only 45 minutes past 9 or 44 minutes to be specific. So don't worry, this is just the first hour. So you're still here with me, J Prime here,
Yes.
very poggy,
Oh,
very guapo, very
Professor
lovable, and
Toby.
Professor Puggy here. And of course, me, AB. Shout out to all our guests and also our audiences who are watching. You can see a ticker here below. The
Right.
question is love wins. What is love wins for you and why? And we'll be reading your answers later on. If you're uncomfortable of having your name flash, you can just send us a PM via the page, or you can send it to J Prime, and J Prime also will be reading those answers for
Absolutely.
you.
Yes.
But anyways, next question for you for the easy level question is that um why why do you want to what made you decide to really stream, aside from what made you decide to really stream retro games?
Okay. This is a good question. Why retro games? For your
Yeah.
reason that you had said, um, I just want to be different. Like, not to knock on like the current, like whatever games are being played now, but I see it all over Facebook. I wanted to stick to my roots, stick to my guns, and just go with whatever games I played growing up, whatever games I see, in the retro style, and you know, um, I just wanted to have a good time and just I've been looking for a good community to be a part of, and the streaming community, man, like 100%. I gotta give I gotta give like my love and support to everyone that's shown me the same that's reciprocated, because they really looked out for me, and I do my best to do the same for everyone, and I gotta give props to them. Like, they really helped me through everything. Throughout the streaming journey. So I stick with retro. I'll do like occasional, like, current games here, but my mantra is just to stick with the vintage, the good stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
like the OG 8-bit and
Yeah.
the pixels,
Yes.
so good. And speaking of this is a something that I'm really familiar. So how did you manage to find the games, like for example the retro games? How would you um research for example, do you ask your audience or do you ask your community, hey, what games would you like to play? Or do you have your list of, for example, here in the Philippines, before we have like the how do you call this, we call them tapes. We call them like video game tapes.
Ah, yes.
Cartridges, yeah,
Cartridges.
cartridges.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We call them tapes. Like, shout out to all our Filipino people there calling it tape, like video game tape, family computer tapes. Like, have you there's a big question. Since you have been mentioning retro, do you have like a list of games that you wanted to play, or you just ask the community, hey, what games would you like me to play next?
Not even. Sometimes I'll see like other streamers playing a game, and I'll be like, "Hey, where'd you get that? Can you hook me up?" That could
Oh,
also be the case. I normally don't have a list. I usually just stick to, like, like the games that um, I usually, like, that I played as a kid, and then also lately I've been trying to like dive into games that I never liked, but a lot of like the mass audience are into. For example, Zelda. I never once touched a
yeah.
Zelda game, and through the help of one of my moderators, he's helped me through playing through it. So I enjoyed it. So I'm always open to suggestions, and you know, I I don't have a list, but I stick to like all the good stuff, and I do like going like playing the indie games, as well as like the underrated, like never often seen games as well.
Yeah. Of course, those are the games, and that's really nice about our community. Sometimes they would help us, like find a way to get that game, and it's something that we're really how do you call this? This current generation is too so lucky because back in the days, it's like a luxury having like even those games.
Exactly.
You just see them sometimes when you go to your cousins, or like shout out to our huge to our very mayaman cousins that we just visit, and then you're so excited every weekend. There's like, yes, we're
Yes.
gonna visit our cousin's house because we're gonna play family
Exactly.
computer.
Yep.
And then finally when we got ours, and it's like a holy grail.
Yes,
There,
bro.
it's a holy
Yeah.
grail. And funny thing is that um our mom, you shout out to my mom who's sleeping at the next room. Whenever we fight because of Tracky, thank you so much, Tracky, for ruining our game sometimes. Is that our mom really bought like locks, like padlocks, and then she placed inside her cabinet and locked it.
Oh my goodness.
It's like a punishment for everyone. So
Yes.
what we do, like four of us, we're gonna make a deal. It's like a proposal from my brother, Bullet, and then we're gonna have like how do you call this in the states? You call hompiang, hompiang. Like
For sure.
it's like it's like hompiang or what?
Yes.
Please comment down below. I forgot the
Good,
term, but
good,
it's
good,
like
bro.
if you're different, you're gonna be it. It's you're gonna be it. So whoever is different, so it's always Tracky. So Tracky would be the one that we're gonna bait. So
Oh, okay.
he's gonna do the dirty deeds for us. So he's gonna unlock it or ask mom for the key. If it's not gonna work, like you'd shout out to all those,
Great.
like kids our age before, who's by hooks or by crooks, we're gonna find that key, we're gonna unlock it, we're gonna play video games. Yeah, yeah,
Oh
those are the
man.
days. And this is all possible because of a few J. I would really like hands down, like first OG streamer I've seen on Facebook for the longest time is you, like playing OG games, like dude, like retro. It's something. It's that period in our life, or in this current millennium, that a lot of people are going retro,
Yes.
like even with the fashion, even with movies, or
Mm-hmm.
even TV series, they're going back to the roots, and it's
Yep.
something that's really um because I myself is a fan of going back in time, like Back
Yes.
to the Future, or
Right.
um when Pixel came out from the movies. I was like,
Yep.
oh my god, like Pac-Man, like
Yes.
a lot of things. Or what was this game, like it's forgot, it's like Matrix, the Ready Player One.
Oh yes, 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 yes. Good movie. Good movie.
It's I'm waiting for part two. I'm waiting for
Yeah.
a sequel. And even Pixel, those movies that will really bring you back in time. It's
Right.
something really interesting, and
Yes.
you yourself is doing that, and it's a huge happiness for everyone, especially to 90s kids, 80s
Yes.
kids, and even the current generation who are really fond of those games.
Yes.
So last question before we're gonna hit the toilet break is
Right.
that if ever you're giving the opportunity to play one game to be sponsored, what would that game be
Oh,
and
to be
why?
sponsored. To be
Yeah, to be
sponsored.
sponsored.
I would say Sonic the Hedgehog because I feel
Like
like the more
Sega, right?
Sega, yes, Sega, yes. So I feel the most comfortable playing that game because I played it like religiously as a child, like when I was, you know, super bata. So like,
Super Yakit.
yeah, yeah. So if I had to be sponsored, I'd be playing that game like like hands behind my back, like blindfolded. Yeah, that's the game. That's my go-to game.
Like Sega. Like
Hmm.
what was the opening?
Sega.
Sega. Yeah. And then it will just freeze.
Yep.
And then what do you normally do when it freezes? This is a follow-up question. When your game freezes, what do you do?
On stream or like if I'm actually playing?
Oh, way back when you were bata. When you
Oh,
were bata.
throw it out the window. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Um, if I do it, I just restart the system or you know pound on the TV like if it would actually work.
It's the
But
fault of the TV sometimes. Like
yes,
you bang the TV, like
yes,
like the very chubby TV, like
Oh yeah, yeah,
Work,
yeah.
work.
Yep, yep.
Um,
Yeah, I would be upset if my game freezes. You know, if I'm already deep within, and but I
which
mean, it's
is,
normal. It only happened a few times, so yeah.
but what you normally do is like, you get the cartridge, you get the cartridge, and then you,
Oh man,
have you tried that? Like,
of course I did. Yeah, I had that. I've seen like memes. Like it's funny that you say that. I've seen like memes
like
about
on
the blowing
TikTok and like
cartridges.
with,
It
yeah,
doesn't actually work. It's just a myth. It's just a myth that it
yeah.
actually works.
But sometimes it worked, dude. Like
Yeah,
it
you
was
know.
so funny. It's like, um, again, you shout out to Chucky because she he dude, like you're giving me all the goosebumps, and just all the memories are coming back now. Like we could remember, it's like we placed the cartridge
Right.
on our mother's altar. We
Yes.
prayed that it will work because it was it was a 101 cartridge, and it
Yes.
before it's so expensive to have those because normally we go to Davao because we're from the province
Right.
down south, so it's like it's a luxury going here in Davao before.
Mm-hmm.
So just having that 101 is really important for us. And Chucky and Tukoy, my younger brother, would place it to the altar and they pray. And then
Right.
whenever they pray, well, during our playtime, me and my brother Kuya Bullet will just if it's not gonna work, we're just gonna go biking. And then that's the time when brother Chucky and Tukoy will say, why don't you just go biking? Why don't you just go out? Because they really wanted to play the video games.
Right.
So when we came back, we saw them. It was like worshipping the cartridge, and then all of a sudden, when they place it inside the console, all of a sudden it worked, and we were like, "Hey, it's our turn," because
Right.
it
Right. Right.
worked. And then
Yes.
Taki will just be crying again and whining. He was like,
Oh
I'm
my
gonna tell mom. And
god.
then those are the days. But again,
Yeah.
thank you so much for
No,
for
bro.
a very wonderful time. Those are wonderful times. Like I
Yeah.
wish like a lot of people would also be experiencing through your streams, and you're like the catalyst of retro games, like one of the catalysts of retro games, and I really admire you about that.
Sure.
And but this is not the end. This is just the first
Yeah.
half. So we're just gonna have a quick break. So don't go anywhere because I know you're just in your place, in your
Yes.
house,
I'm good.
preparing for anything. I'm just going to allow J Prime to have a quick powder break. Powder
Okay.
break or
Powder.
a quick water break, and I myself will also be back. So just
Okay.
stay here and keep on sharing the stream. And this is your boy AB, and with me is J Prime. we're back, everyone. This is your boy AB, and this is my boy Jey Prime. Uh, Jey Prime here on my left. I think yeah, on my left. So earlier we were discussing about Jey Prime's past. Let's just pass,
Right.
and what he's currently doing. And now is the hour where we're going to talk about life topics.
Okay.
So yeah, we talk about J Prime. We got a glimpse about him. I don't want to do a biography of all sorts because we're just gonna we're gonna know J Prime through his streams.
Right.
So I'm just gonna leave it there. But
Okay.
now we're gonna ask the first question of
Let's go.
this is something that it's really special because we're celebrating Valentine's Day
Right.
there in the States because it's the 14th here in the Philippines. No, it's still 13 there, right?
No, it's 14. It's Valentine's Day. It's morning. It's
Oh
the
yeah, it's
morning.
morning. Like, you shout out to my to all my workmates who's going to scold me because of my time zones. Like I'm
You're
so
good, bro.
lost, man. I have
You're,
like 5 clocks here, like wall
nah,
clocks,
you're
and it was like,
good.
what
Yeah.
time is it?
No, you're
So
you're
what
in the
time is
future,
it?
bro.
It's
You're in
yeah.
the
What
future.
time is it? It's prime time be the show and prime time be the time. Prime time. That's a good like stinger like prime
Right.
time, and then you go beast
Right.
mode.
Right.
But anyways, uh, last episode was very how do you call it? It was so unexpected. I don't know if you have for those that I watched like the last episode, I was not expecting it to be that, and yeah. So now I know it's gonna be unexpected. I'm gonna ask you this question:
Okay, bro.
what is love wins for you, and
Love
why?
wins. Love wins for me. Um, love wins because how do I put it? You know, it's gonna get really deep. So
Go
love
ahead.
wins because you can't keep hatred in your heart. You cannot let the hate like consume you. You have to you have to give your all. You have to give your 100%, and you have to you know loving is easier to do than to express hatred, to express anger, to you have to you don't even have to show love like to your significant other. You could show love to friends, your relatives. um you don't even have to show it physically. You could just um by way of support, by way of um of presence. You don't even have to say anything. You could just show your love. You could just show love by you know being yourself. Is
Oh,
that good?
I was like contemplating, and follow-up question is that that's really nice because it doesn't have to be a lot of people would have this connotation when we talk about love wins. It has to be or it has to be from one human being to another, or it should be just about how do you call this, it has to be romantic all of the time.
Right.
And it's something that it's nice to discuss, especially nowadays. A lot of hatred that are happening all over the place, like hatred against fellow streamers, sometimes hatred to yourself, or sometimes the negativity would come into us, and the love would really be defeated. And it's something that made me ask, like, what is a good question, what is a good theme that we're gonna have this month that a
Yes.
lot of people could really relate to. And that's something that I'm really interested in. How would the other people, or especially my guests, or my for example, UJ, how would you share your views or your perspective? Because real life stories is something that I'm really fascinated about. It's
Right.
something that it's like when you hear stories sometimes from people, it makes you wonder in those areas. Or for example, you put yourself as the observer, and it's something that I really wanted to hear. And my follow-up question would be, when was the last time you felt this hatred?
This is a good question. Um, hatred. Hatred could take many forms, like like absolute hatred, like like I despise a person. It could be
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
jealousy. Jealousy. I've experienced jealousy. Not recently, but like I can remember. I can remember times where I'd uh I'd feel jealous because uh something happened to an individual, and like I'll be sitting here like I could have done the same, but I like to keep it to myself. Hatred. Um, I can't. I can't really pinpoint the last time like I really expressed hate. I would say more like um I was feeling upset, disappointed. I'm not going to name any names here, but within my crew, a person upset me, um, and we have our differences, and we haven't really hashed it out. So, um, and I've always been told like you should never really hold grudges like that, but um, I do have hope that I will reconcile with this person eventually. But I'm just
In
gonna leave
God's
it at
time.
that.
Yeah, in God's time. That's something that a lot of people would be relating to, especially it's not. I thought it was really easy to just forgive and forget, but
Yes.
sometimes also had that experience where it's too difficult, especially when you remember the time why you fought or
Right.
what made you have that feeling. And it's really sad to note at some point, but sometimes um, we'll just have to leave it at
Right.
as is. And next is that um, you growing up there in the States, how difficult it was for you, like especially like since you tried to go back here in the Philippines, but it didn't work out. You mentioned earlier, and going back there in the States, were there times that you really felt isolated, or sometimes you felt like this is not me, this is not
Yes.
my community.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Of course, I was disappointed I couldn't get into the University of Santo Tomas. That's God works in mysterious ways, and when I came back, I've always like I've throughout my life I've always been like kind of like a hopeless romantic, and I never thought I could find love wherever I go. I felt like I felt like I had a stronger presence in the Philippines, but at the same time, I was still young, and I couldn't, I didn't know what love was like back then. And I would like to say like a mantra that I live by: we're always learning, we're always a student. So I wouldn't say I wouldn't know what love is now, but being that I'm married, I've embraced it. You know, uh, love is still love. I would consider love is a journey. It could be endearing, it could be harsh, it could be everything in between, and you're still gonna navigate through life like trying to take a good look at it, have a good grasp on it, and yeah, love is a very broad spectrum.
Yeah, it's something that when we talk about love, it's a very easy word to say, but it's
Yes,
a very difficult topic to really discuss.
exactly.
And now, what is one thing that you hate the most from you that happened last year
That
during the
happened
when pandemic happened? What was one thing that you hated the most from you
from
you
me, from myself, like
from
within
yourself?
myself. Hmm, I would say I would let if I had to really pinpoint it. I would say taking care of myself, like mentally and physically. You know, my mental health has taken a toll. It's been hard. I'm sure it's hard for everyone going through this pandemic. Work uh, within this past year, it has been very challenging, and I'm still trying to figure out a way to, you know, be at ease and take control of it. And physically, with the pandemic happening, I wasn't able to really go to the gym like that, go to dance practice or anything. And I've let myself go. Like we're stuck inside. I'm eating. I told you I ate like 6 mango floats throughout the whole pandemic. So
This is
um,
like a lot.
yeah, I always tell myself like I want to be able to go back into dieting and everything like that, but it's just been difficult. I do believe that you have to. Um, there is self love, and you have to do it the right way, in some form of way. So you know, um, that's really it, physically and mentally. Um, it's been rough, but I'd like to say that I've been hanging in there.
That's we're all here for for each other, and that's something that is really inspiring to note, especially no one even thought of that would be happening all of a sudden, because like a lot of things happened, like here in the Philippines, in any places in the world. We were also caught off guard of what happened, and it's a good thing. Every after the storm there's always a rainbow, and that's that hearing from you is something that is really something that I will always remember of you.
Right.
And I remember of you. It's like, what are you talking about? And next question would be, what was the moment, or what's one moment that you wish you could rewind and replay 100 times, and why?
Oh man, that's a tough one, man. You coming in with the difficult questions. I love it. Moment to rewind. A moment to rewind at any time of life, right?
Yeah, any time in life,
Okay.
your whole existence.
Now let me. Can I follow up with this? To
Sure.
rewind and redo, or just rewind and play over and over again?
Over and over again. Do you know the movie Click by
Yes,
Adam
yes, yes.
Sandler?
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm really, so it made me cry. So that's something that I'm a person of, I'm a time traveler.
Right.
So if you could, what was again the question is, what's one moment in your entire life
Okay.
that you wish you could rewind and replay 100 times or more?
Right. Okay. So that's an easy question to answer then. It's Valentine's Day, bro. I would 100% rewind and rewind and rewind our wedding day.
Oh
Not you and
man,
me, but me and Kirill. But
yeah.
yeah, my wife and I, our day, although it was very hectic. It was one of the best days of my life. I'll rewind it. Me being a designer, like I always have my nitpicks, like the wedding should have gone this way and this way. But to be in the presence of be in the presence of God, be in the presence of our family and friends, um, it's definitely a day I would relive over and over again.
Oh man. Oh
Yes.
man. And oh man, I'm blushing right now. Like you can see, like yeah. I always wanted to attend weddings.
Right.
It's one thing that I just want to see weddings, and
Hmm.
just seeing the guy crying, or the groom
Yes,
crying, or
dude,
when the instrumental will start, and that's the time, like any minute now that groom
bro.
will be in 5, 4, 3. Cue
Yep,
music. Boom.
bro. I'm
And then
telling you, when the doors open of the church, like open, like the light hit my eyes, like
oh,
it was waterfalls for me, bro. It was waterfalls.
oh,
Yeah,
oh my god. I can't if I could turn back time, I would really definitely and absolutely be visiting there. I'll be a passerby. It's like time
right,
travel. It's like,
right. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
oh man, that's something. And if you could share, this is a follow up question. If it's okay to share, how
Yeah.
did you two meet?
Oh man. Okay. I love this question. How do
Hashtag colleague.
we Kilig naman. All right. So it's Valentine's Day, bro. I'm allowed to say this. We met through God. We met in church. I would say God brought us together. Um, funny story. Um, we actually met through a mutual friend. It was in the back of the church that we actually got married at as well. Um, he's been a close friend of mine. Shout out to JD if you're actually tuning in. When I first saw her, I actually thought she was like way younger than me. Like I thought she was like 16 years old, like a cousin from the Philippines. And then I was introduced, um, added on Facebook. I was also part of this Philippine folk dance group at the time, and she ended up joining as well. So we connected there, and the rest is history.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's something that God is so amazing, and I'm so happy that you shared that, and that's one in the books. That's one in the
Right.
books. It's recorded, and um, saddest moment in your relationship that you could also remember. One thing
Mm,
that you regret, if there's any.
okay. Regret. Mm, it's a good
Like
question, bro.
for example, that you mentioned earlier, you had like nitpicks from your
For my
wedding
wedding,
day. It's like
yes.
you wanted to do something, and all of a sudden, you didn't. Was there any moments in your relationship that you had any regrets? And if
Mm,
you could share one, what was that, and how did it happen?
that's also a tough one, man. I love these tough questions. They really make me think. A regretful. I don't know, man. I've enjoyed this journey so far. You know, I kind of wish. Hmm. Regrets, man. Regrets, regrets. That's tough, bro. I regret. I don't know. I'm what. This is hard.
But it's okay. We
Yeah,
could
I'm
just
sorry, bro.
move to our
Yeah.
next question. But if you could remember anything, you
Right,
could
right,
just
right. I got
go
you.
back to that next question. So, what's one thing that really scares you about the future?
Scares me about the future. One thing. The one thing.
One
Uh,
thing that
having children. It's not scary, but at the same time, like I I do want to have children. I want to have a bigger family aside from me, my wife, my dog, and cat. I do want to grow our family. I'm scared because you never know what to expect when you have children. I'm just hoping. The one thing I'm just scared about is will I be able to provide? Will I be able to have to keep this roof over our heads and keep everyone happy and stay grounded? That's my concern. That's it's scary to think of, but it's also exciting. I don't know if you understand what I
yeah,
mean. Yeah,
like I could really say, and hopefully my brother also, um, I think my brother could also relate, because I don't know, we've been apart from each other for almost, I think, more than 4 years now, or almost 4 years, and it's something that when he came back here back in 2020, yeah, 2019 rather,
okay.
um that's the time he opened up to me, and it's something that it's really cheesy sometimes, so, because bro, like, really serious, like, bro, like, that macho thinking. But all of a sudden when I asked him, because I'm more of the, the this kind of person who really wanted to talk or wanted to open up a conversation, and then
Right.
when he opened up to me, and it's something that I could really feel his loneliness at sometimes, missing the family, missing the Philippines, and really providing for his child, and for his future family. It's really something that worth the, or sacrificing. So it's, I could really, that's a good sharing, and I would really, um it made me think as well, because at this point in my life, as well, I always tell my partner, and you shout out to my partner as well, honey, who was, I think, still sleeping, was still sleeping. Yeah, we just met lately. We just met lately. No, I mean, we're just new. We're just new.
Right.
We're still 11 months together, and it's too early to tell. But sometimes, me at at my age, I'm
Of
already
course.
32. It's okay for me to share. I'm
Yes.
32. I'm
Of course.
32.
Yes.
So, you get those of things when you see your batchmates from high school. It's like
Right.
posting photos of their kids, or it's like growing up, and then me as a gamer. So this is my next question: have you ever felt that your life is like a game?
Hmm. Yeah. I do feel like actually it's more like a game and a movie. I could separate both, but a game as in like navigate, like I can control myself, but it's also in a sense like a movie. Like, is this stuff really happening? Like,
Like
oh,
Matrix, something,
right,
something.
exactly. Yes, yes, yep.
And yeah, and this is next question. Since you already have this same sentiment or view on life as being a game, have you ever thought of what level would you end? Or sometimes when we I myself would always consider life as an MMORPG,
Right, right,
or
right,
an RPG game, role playing game, where we only have a max level, and then you you place it in real life, and then you're gonna put yourself, oh crap, I'm already level 32, and I need to ascend by level 40, or I need to
oh,
go
okay.
to level up by 65,
Mm-hmm.
and then our max level is 100, and then when you do the math, it's something that will scare you. Have you
Right.
ever thought, or have you also experienced that moment in your life when you're inside the comfort room, or all of a sudden randomly it's like
Yes.
it struck you, like, oh crap,
Yep.
I'm level 32.
Right. Oh no, I do have my moments where I'm like, just spacing out and thinking of life, and yeah, I want to be a Lolo someday. Why not? Like, I would live to 100 if I do it right. You know, um, right now I feel happy where I'm at. Level up wise, like yeah, of course. Like I said earlier, like a mantra that I embraced as a person, as a dancer and everything. You're always a student. You're always learning, and um, I'm a master. I'm not a master at what's that saying? I'm a jack of all trades.
But
uh,
I'm master of none.
but a master of none. Yes. So I have many skills, but you know, I'm I'm not. I want to humbly admit that I'm not the top dog, but I appreciate everyone that embraces my talent, but at the same time, like I do have the yearning to like try to elevate myself more, to work hard and push myself. So you know, there's that
that's
aspect.
that's really something, especially when you mentioned that you're jack of all trades and a master of that. I myself have that feeling. I wanted to do everything, especially when I reach 30, level 30. When I reach level 30 of my life, that's the
Right.
moment where I had my downfalls, like heartbreaks,
I got
like
you, bro.
dark times, man, like dark times in my life, and then those regrets. That's why I always wanted to hear like those stories from other people, especially you. And this is not a normal, conversation
Right.
that you just get anywhere, but it's really refreshing at some point, also scary to really discuss about what the future holds. But it's really nice to hear what you have just mentioned about
Yes.
uh, what we could do, what you've been doing, and how you enjoyed life so far. And the next question will be, what was the scariest thing that you have ever done, and what was that?
The
If you would
scariest
like to share.
thing.
Scariest thing, man. Like when we say scary, it's like life and death. Scary, scary.
Oh, life and death.
Yeah,
Like
because if we're just gonna say a scary, scary movie, it's like life and death scary. It's like something that you it's like you're at the edge of the cliff level scary.
Mm, in my life, in my whole life.
In your whole life, man. It
Ah, I don't
told
know.
you this.
I had a different answer for that one, but I don't know. I might just stick with that answer. So I wouldn't say life or death, but it's very life changing. Can I
Oh,
do
okay.
that?
Yeah, make it. We could use that
All right.
life changing,
Because
scariest thing that
it
you've
is
done.
scary. It is very scary for me. Buying a house. buying a house. Buying a house was like it was it was rewarding and difficult at the same time because I'm building a home, but at the same time I got to keep up with bills, pay my taxes, and
Yeah,
maintain the home, and that in itself is very stressful and very anxiety inducing. So I mean that's all part of adulting as well, and
yeah.
I would say that's my answer. I don't know if
Well,
you.
just hearing it's like made me realize as well. Like, wait, what day is this today? It's 14, and I forgot like the bills are. Yeah, thank you so much, Jay, for reminding me. It's like, oh crap, I forgot because I was so whenever it's February because it's
Yes.
our anniversary later because she's not watching yet. So
Oh,
it's
okay.
our
Okay.
anniversary later on the
Happy
15th.
anniversary, bro.
Thank you so much, man. I'm
Yeah.
so scared and excited at the same time. And here's another question.
Okay.
Um, how do you view people like, for example, people or couples posting on social media?
How do
How
I
do you view
feel?
that, or how do you feel, and what's your take on those? Like, do you feel comfortable, or are you okay with couples sharing their quote and unquote relationship on social media?
Yeah. I see no problem with it. I actually it could be inspiring. It could be heartwarming. You know, why keep the love to yourself? I mean, social media is about like being social. You should put yourself out there. If you that's all up to you. It's your own personal choice. When I see you know couples being happy with their families or with each other, um, I would say it's very it makes me happy to see other people bask in their happiness.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for that because that's something that's a question from me.
Right. Okay.
That's a
Okay.
question
Yeah.
because I'm also a very private kind of person.
Right.
Private kind of person, but
Right.
when it comes to relationship, but sometimes I really agree with you, and sometimes you can't contain your
Yeah.
happiness, and instead of sharing like hatred or something,
Right.
why not spread happiness and love? And
Exactly.
here's my next question again. So in our intermediate level, so later on we're gonna have like a very difficult, hard hitting questions later on the next
Yes.
hour.
Good.
So now, what has been your greatest triumph in life?
Greatest triumph. Greatest triumph.
Yeah,
Oh, in life.
in
I
life.
mean, I have a lot of achievements. You know, uh, I'll just go for the safe answer and say that you know, graduating from college. Uh,
Oh man, how was
it's
the feeling?
it was great, man. It was great. It was very rewarding. I was actually stuck in limbo, like college limbo, for I would say a decade. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do in school. I I changed my major like maybe like 5 times, and when I studied graphic design, the most rewarding thing for me was I made my family proud. Like they they put me through school, and I owe it all to them. You know, I come from a creative family as well, and to be able to to sharpen my skills, to embrace my talent, it was everything to me when to be able to finally be out of school. But as I said, as I always keep that mantra up, always a student, you're always learning. But to be able to to fulfill that, and Um, to you know, I always thought education was corny, but
Yeah.
when when I graduated, it was definitely the greatest feeling because you know I even walked out with the best portfolio, um, and with honors as well. And yeah, it was very rewarding. I loved it. It was I would rewind that day too, my graduation. So it was a
So
also a
how was
fun
it
thing since we're on the topic of love. Me and my wife also had our civil wedding that day as well.
feeling? Really? So it's a double celebration after
Double
graduation. You,
celebration. Yes.
you went straight
No,
to
actually, we got married in the morning, and then I had my graduation in the afternoon.
ah.
Like we had our civil wedding. You know, we got married legally before we had our church wedding. So yeah, it was definitely a day to remember for me.
Oh man. And what was that day? When was that day? I mean,
Oh, it
what
was
was
June 19th.
June 19th, the birthday of Jose Rizal.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
And I was
A
like thinking,
national hero.
it's like, wait, hold on. Yeah, June 19th.
Right.
Just
Mhm.
correct me. Like hashtag panalo. Yeah. Anyways, that's really something, June 19th. And it's
Yes.
something that worth remembering. And I could really relate to you. Like, more than a decade, I'm still finishing my undergraduate. And it's
Right.
something that I'm also working hard. I've switched from one major to a double major, then switched back
Yes.
to a single major, and then stopped for 8 years. After 8 years, I realized like my mom was like nagging. So when are you going to post your or hang your diploma?
Right.
And Matt, I just to share with you, I haven't had my graduation walk ever.
Okay.
Like in high school, I was like, there was this time where I was so addicted with video games, where I had to skip class, and then it had a very huge impact on my grades.
Oh
So
wow.
I had to have a bridging program during summer to extend my education. I didn't march with my batchmates. We were like 31 students in our batch that failed to really march. I'm not gonna name them. It's gonna
Okay.
be, but yeah, I myself is a product of summer bridging program, and it's something that I always wanted. I even asked like way back in 2019, can I pay for my graduation high school? I mean, in graduation in high school, I just want to march in my high school toga.
Right.
And it's so sad. Up until now, I hope they would allow me to just add me in the list
Yeah.
as an alumni. I'm willing to pay how much. I just wanted to experience,
Yeah.
hearing your name in high school. Even in high school, just let's start with high school.
Right.
And this is one of my greatest depression state before, because I really wanted to. I've been attending, graduation rites, because I'm one of the members of Ateneo Student Security Forces, where you are one of the marshals during graduation rites, and it's happy. You see people graduating, and then this is your younger batch graduating
Yes.
after you, and then here you are standing, just looking at them, and then realizing it's like, hey, I didn't experience this.
Right.
When am I going to experience this? And it's when I go home after. That's the time was I will look at my mom, and then will say, I'm gonna finish my education by hooks or by
Yes.
crooks. And then it's something that I wanted to put my diploma on the wall, and have my mom attend the graduation. And it's something, up until now, I'm looking forward to that day,
Right.
where it's also with my grandmom, who's not really young anymore, and I really want them to somehow even shout my name, that that's my kid or that's my
Yes.
grandson. And it's something I'm really looking forward to. And man, that's something. So shout out to all the students or working students who are trying their best to really finish their studies. And it doesn't have to be today, tomorrow, or this year. If you wanted to finish it, you can still finish it.
Right.
So yeah, next question.
Okay.
Like, we've been discussing about your triumph, and um about the love wins in general.
Yes.
So now if you're going to um discuss about or what are the three words that would define you at this moment?
At this moment in time.
Yeah, well, like three words that would define who you are.
Okay. Hmm. Hardworking.
Hmm. That's one.
Um, Genuine.
That's true.
That's true. Good
That's
one.
true.
Third one. Me right now. Hmm.
Yeah, you
Vulnerable.
vulnerable. Ah,
Yes.
man, we're all vulnerable. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could, like a lot of people are, especially us, like sometimes we are too, this macho image of us sometimes would really showcase, and a lot of people would discredit us being vulnerable, and that's really something that I like about your answers, like
Right.
you being vulnerable. That's nice. Next question. um what do you do when you're feeling lonely? And then later on, the other half of this hour, we're gonna talk about your streaming or streamer's life.
Okay. What do I do when I'm lonely?
Yeah.
I mean, I do understand what you mean by lonely because I'm never really alone. I'm here always. I'm in quarantine with my wife and my pets, but I do know what you mean by lonely. And when I do feel lonely, like I feel like the world hates me. I get like that sometimes, even though it's not true. I have a strong support system in my community and like my crew, my family, friends. But I can't help but have that feeling, and when I do feel that, I get lost in my own mind. I live up in my head, and that's why I said like my mental health has been like rocky, like
Yeah.
within the past year. Well, even before that, but there are days when I feel like the world hates me for some reason, and it just takes me like a little bit to just come back, snap back into reality, and um, you know, I have to remember that I am loved, and I have to you know do my best and put myself first, and you know um you know self love, gotta have self love for myself.
Yeah, that's really important. Self love, man. Self love,
Yes.
self work, and self love. And you shout out to Sarah Suyom and also Libni Fortuna for teaching me self love and self work as well. And now, next question. I mean, we're just gonna talk about your streamer's life later
Okay.
on, later by I think next hour. I'm just going
Okay.
to because I had a lot of questions earlier. So, have you ever had this um experience? So, what was the um let's sanitize the question. Have you ever hurt someone you loved, and what happened? If you're comfortable sharing, what happened?
Okay. um yeah, I've heard, I've I never physically harmed anyone, but of course the emotional pain, it's been done before. You know, I don't like talking about like past relationships.
Yeah,
But
that's a no-no.
it is a
Even
no
for
no.
me.
But if I'm gonna be open and vulnerable now, like yeah, I would just date back to that. Like I love them at some point in time, but if I'm just gonna be real, like yeah, that there was emotional pain. Like it was mutual as well, but you know, um, I would say that I did hurt like current friends and family in some way or another, but it's just a matter of just being open and communicating. It just boils down to that. Um, if you intentionally or unintentionally cause pain to anyone, um, it's just important to really just hash it out, talk it out with them, get it resolved, and you don't want to carry that till death. And that really hits home for me. Like just thinking about it now, um, like I won't dive deep into it, but like even within my family, like my relatives, like it's it's been like a emotional mess, and I won't air out the business out there, but I do wish and hope for healing, and for the pain to subside, however long it will take. But yeah, I do believe time will heal all, and you know pain stinks, but it's important to have the pain to grow.
That's that's really worth taking note of, especially
Yes,
to the viewers.
yes,
You should always, always, always remember those things that Jay have shared. And a follow-up question would be, if you could ever tell your younger self, or because we had a lot of like wrong decisions, or as
right.
you mentioned, your mantra is we're always learning. But if you could tell your younger self, especially those moments when you had the wrong decisions in life, what would those advices be?
Oh man. I mean, this is gonna sound cliche. Like I would tell my younger self, dude, listen to your own advice and apply it. Yeah. You know, to tell my younger self, like, bro, just just keep doing you. Just you don't have to fit in, or like form yourself uh to something that is not you. Stick to your guns. I love saying that. Stick to your guns. Stick to your heart. And um, I would even tell myself now, listen to your own advice, bro.
Yeah, just listen to your advice. I'm from the future. Please listen to your advice.
Exactly.
And that's really simple but striking. It's something
Right.
that a lot of us would sometimes this how do we call it? Sometimes forget, and it's the most important and fundamental answer to every problems that we have. You just
Right.
listen to your own advice.
Mhm.
Now, if you could bring someone, or no, if you could bring three things with you in the next life, if ever you believe in that you know in that thought, what would those things be and why? This is just a random
Okay.
philosophical question.
Okay. Okay. If I
Because
if I
it's something that I'm interested hearing about people. What would their three things that they would bring with them?
I love this question, man. I love like the hypothetical questions like these. So it could be tangible and intangible, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
anything.
Okay. Hmm. I
Three
would
things.
bring
It's like I'm
three
I'm a
things. Three
genie.
things.
I'm just gonna bring you no human beings. No human beings.
Human beings. Okay. Okay. So definitely for one, I would bring my creativity. If I were to be reincarnated, creativity. I want to keep my creativity. Passion, and that goes for like passion in your faith, passion in whatever you do, passion in video games, passion wherever passion applies. I would bring it with me. And the third, oh my goodness, this might sound weird. I hope that I'm still Filipino by the next life.
Filipino, Philippines, Panalo.
No, man, I love our culture, even though like I'm
Yeah,
not. I really feel Filipino at heart. Like I can't speak Tagalog or Bisaya like 100%. I try my best, but I love our culture for what it is, and I always try to I always try to express it and preach whenever possible. Pinoy life. So yeah,
Pinoy, Pinoy, three stars in the sun.
yep,
All right.
exactly.
So, next hypothetical question,
Oh, good. I love these.
we're going to a very high level question. So,
Yeah.
why? No, just kidding. That's the hardest question. Why?
Why?
If you could talk to one person for the rest of your life, who would that person be and why? And what will you be talking about?
Oh, she's on the phone. My wife. Hey man, it's Valentine's Day. I love using that excuse, but even if it wasn't Valentine's Day, definitely my wife. She is my she is She's my lifelong partner. You know, my soulmate, and it's hold on, my mom, my mother-in-law's in the chat. Hi, mom.
Oh, hi, Tita Cassie said
Yeah.
shout out to you and
Oh well,
me.
and my
Oh my
sister-in-law's
god.
there too.
Oh my
Absolutely,
god.
yeah, absolutely, my wife. You know, we're in this journey together. Definitely, I would definitely. And what would we talk about? Everything. We still talk about anything and everything every day. Um, you know, simple as that. As simple as that.
That was an easy question. So we mentioned earlier love wins, like love wins. So now we're gonna discuss what is hatred wins for you.
Oh, hatred wins. Wow.
You thought it's all
Oh
about love?
man,
No, nope, not me.
how does hate win? Hate wins in a way to um really look at yourself. If you like I said, like in the beginning, if you keep hatred in your heart, it's going to consume you. Um, I think also it's important to let that happen. I mean, we're all human. We all have to feel emotions, and you know, um, although hate is a negative energy, I believe it's important to to at least feel it at some point, to understand it, to have a better understanding of the feeling itself, and to understand yourself as well.
That's it made me think of it. Hmm. Oh nga, no. I was like, yeah. That's like,
Right.
I didn't realize those answers, and yeah. Sometimes a lot of people would only look at. I don't know if you have seen the animated film Inside Out. That's
Oh
something that
yes,
is really, how do you call this? It's a philosophy film for me because
yes,
I didn't realize because I'm more of a how do I critique movies
right,
sometimes, or I
right.
really
Yep,
hyper analyze things.
yep.
Did you ever have that experience with your wife? Like when you watch a movie, you hyper analyze everything. Like no, because you have your why did he went that way? Why did he do this?
Exactly. Yep.
Why did, so Inside Out is something that I really it has a huge core memory in me core
Right.
memory
Right. Yep.
because of I didn't realize that you really have to feel sadness. So now,
Yes.
have you ever had this opportunity, or have you ever had this experience of being the toxic positivist to anyone or even to your relationship, na kaya mo lang yan, like
Okay. 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 Yeah.
so what happened, if you could share, what was this instance in your relationship with your wife that you became a toxic positivist, like you're just joy, you're just the joy,
Oh.
like
Hmm.
do you get what I mean, like because a
Kind
lot
of.
of
Really.
for
I mean, like.
example,
Yeah.
we all have our struggles, and sometimes here we are because we're so positive, and then we became so accustomed to this emotion of being happy and all joys, we discredit the other person's feelings of sadness. Did you ever had that experience, or did you ever have experienced that one with your
Um.
you became the toxic positivist?
Can you explain what positivist is? Like, is it an entity or
It's a how do you call this, it's more of an action when you apply it to other people's feelings. So for example, you're there's a sad person, and then you don't allow the person to be sad because you always look at the brighter side of everything,
Oh,
like
okay, okay.
you can just overcome that, I know you can do it, and then you discredit the other person's loneliness or sadness. That's
Okay.
what the Inside Out film, why sadness is also taking care of her core memory, being part of the child's whole character.
Right. I wouldn't say that I've done it before, but I feel like I have. I really can't pinpoint, you know, like I definitely want to be like the uplifting person, but
Mm.
also at the same time, like sometimes I really don't I don't care sometimes. So it's tough. I can't really give you an example, but I feel like I have been in this situation before where in one instance, like, yeah, I'm all positive. I'm trying to, push you, uplift you. And at the same time, like to a different person, I'm like, yeah, I could really care less about you, dude. Like, you know, um, you really don't mean anything to me. But yeah, I can't give you a solid example, but I do relate. I do relate in some way.
Next question. $1 billion question, man. This is $1 billion question.
Okay.
What would you do with your life if you're suddenly awarded $1 billion today or
Today, this
today?
is good. All right. I love
Anything,
this.
man. Anything. Anything. This is a very high level question
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't even answer myself. I was like,
No, no. This question actually, my wife asked me this. You know, she asked me this question like I would say like last month. All right, easy question. I love this. This is an easy question for me. Pay off my house, pay off my student loans, and then invest. I would invest in businesses. I would, and of course, I would give back as well. Give back to family, relatives, friends, communities, and then yeah, I'll splurge. Why not? I mean, it's $1 billion, but
yeah, this is like a lot.
that goes out in my order. So I pay off my house, pay off my student loans, and then
Checklist.
my family and friends. What was the fourth one? I forgot. I have a short term memory.
Uh,
Um,
I think you mentioned about giving back
Giving back. Yes, yes, yes. Giving
and
back.
investment. I think fifth one was investing.
Invest in myself. Yes. Yep.
And you mentioned business. What business are you, if ever given the opportunity, if you're going to invest in a business, what would that business be? Where it will be? And yeah,
It would
that's
be
my
all
question.
types of business. I would be I would take entrepreneurship to like 100th level. Like start restaurants. Start investing in stocks. Um, any ways that I could get more income because you want to keep that growing.
Yeah,
That's just normal business.
mindset.
Viewpoint. Yep. Mindset. Yep.
That was an easy question. Oh my god, why did I even ask that question? I thought it was gonna be difficult
You're good,
because
bro.
I myself it's like thinking it's like okay, if I'm gonna have $1 billion right now, okay, so yeah, that's one thing. I also am planning. That's one thing I'm looking forward this year. Really like buying a house. Like, it's nothing beats your own house. Like your own comfort. Like you can design anything. You could you can just you're free. You're free to do anything inside that house.
Right.
And now, if you could ever reincarnate, you mentioned earlier about reincarnation. After I asked you the question when you're going to heaven, what are the three things? So if you're gonna reincarnate to anything, what would that be and why?
Anything. Hmm.
Yeah, anything, man, or anyone. If you're gonna be reincarnated, what would that be? Who would that be, and why?
I mean, I would love to come back on myself, but here's a twist.
Yeah,
I want to come back as
let's
a
hear the
female.
twist.
I want to come back as a girl.
Why? No, that's my next question. Why? What? Why?
It's a different perspective, man. I mean, I can't speak for women because I'm not a woman. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not trying to say anything here, but
yeah, yeah.
um,
Yeah.
it's a different. It's just a different perspective. I've always just been curious, just honestly curious, genuinely curious. Like how does a woman think? What they go through? And if I could, like, yeah, that would just be me. Like if I would just if I want to be reincarnated, I would want to be the same me, but through the eyes of a woman. It just intrigues me. Like you know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah, I totally agree. Like, especially when you don't know how it feels because you're not a woman. It's like,
Yep.
okay, what do you want to eat after your your period? Sometimes I get the question like, yeah, and it's that's a good question because that's a good answer, especially I myself also had that thought of what would it be when you're in the shoes or you're in a woman's body,
Right.
or like in their eyes, after I watch Kimi no Nawa or Your Name by Makoto Shinkai, when
Hmm.
they switch bodies, or normally when movies about that, switching bodies or different perspective,
Right.
and it fascinates me. And I really, and like, ask myself like, yeah, how, what would they do if they're male, or what would they do if they're female? It's and vice versa. So
Hmm.
that's a good question. That's a good answer to my question. And um, again, we're already down 3 minutes before we hit 11 here in the Philippines
Okay.
and 9 there. Again, tama ba?
10,
9,
almost 10,
10. Oh
almost
yeah,
10.
almost 10.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have the right clock to look at, so it's almost 10 a.m.
Yeah.
in Eastern time.
Yeah, bro. Just whenever you think of my time, just think of minus 1 hour. That's it.
Minus, yeah, what minus? Because my time here on my phones,
Yes.
my laptop is in AZ or MST. So
Okay. Okay. Got it.
I'm always like I'm confused what to do. And as I mentioned, just to before we wrap up the second hours, that even my birthday, like last month, I didn't realize it was already my birthday
Oh
because I was
wow.
still thinking it was a day before. Like when people were greeting me on Facebook, like, no, tomorrow is my birthday, not today. It's like, and even my partner,
Right.
I even had like, no, tomorrow is my birthday. No, today is your birthday. It's like, what day is today? Today is this. Oh yeah, that's the reason why.
Yep.
It's really important for you to have your own calendars and be accustomed with your time. So we're
Yep.
just gonna have a short 2 minute break, and then afterwards we're gonna go to the hard hitting questions. We're gonna make J Prime cry. We're gonna
Oh,
make
no.
him regret having this podcast. Just kidding. We're just gonna have a short break. So you're
Yep.
still here with me, AB and J Prime here on my left. Yeah, my left
Yep.
here. So you're still here, live talk with AB. We'll be right back.
Sounds good.
And we're back, everyone. Our time is already 1 minute past 11 here, and 1 minute past 10 there in Jay's time. So again, this is your boy AB with me, J Prime. primetime bida. Ang saya. So yeah, this time we're gonna talk about a lot more about life. So earlier we've been discussing about clincher level questions or questions about Jay's views on different questions that I myself been asking a lot
Right.
to myself as well, and it's really refreshing to hear from someone that share the same sentiment. Sometimes I also see myself in Jay's eyes, and we share the same passion about movies, about the retro stuff,
Yes.
games, yeah, even being cheesy in romance. So now we're gonna ask about what would you do. So the first question would be what should be a healthy or what should a healthy relationship provide for the people in it. So for you, what is a healthy relationship and what should be provided?
All right. This is a good question. And I'm going to start with communication.
Yeah.
Communication is absolutely important. You have to keep an open line of communication. I'm telling you. And for me, I'm not perfect. I'm still, I'm still learning how to communicate. I'm still trying to learn how to be open and talk about anything and everything. And it's just so easy to get stuck in your phones, like in this day and age.
Yeah.
But you really, I'm really trying hard to provide that intimacy, like that time of person one on one with my wife. And in a relationship, you have to also be accepting, accept all the flaws, accept all the goods and the bads. You have to accept, and then you also you just gotta have fun. You gotta, life is short. You just gotta just be there for each other, communicate, love, and just time is also a big thing. And you just got to spend time. You gotta have your quality time, family time, you know, love
Very
time,
important.
everything. Yep.
So that's really important. Number one, communication. Guys, girls, anyone who's watching this, communication is really important. And again, communication is really important. Last year
Yes,
we had an argument of not communicating. So you know the
exactly.
ironies of ironies. We had the a lovers quarrel or LQ here
Yep.
in
LQ. Yep.
because I'm not I don't want to assume a lot of things, or I'm an overthinker, and it's something that I am still trying to work on, especially when the other person is silent. You tend to overthink. Oh, what did I do? Did I do anything wrong?
Right.
What was the last thing that I said? Or those things that would really make you more anxious of things, and it's really dangerous. So that's the reason why we had a I even thought of ending the year not talking last year, and
Right.
made me you know um really sad. Like Christmas, it was a week before Christmas, and I have this surprises and everything, and then all of a sudden she was like not communicating anymore because she was too caught up with work, and then I had all the time. And you know have you ever had that feeling as well when you became too selfish, and how do you say this? You became too selfish, and you indirectly hurt your partner.
Absolutely. Yeah. Happens multiple times. I'm still guilty of it. I get caught up in myself, and like I said, like I'm a hard worker, but sometimes I get too focused into work that like sometimes I'll forget to have the quality time. So and like it's a tough struggle for me to work hard because like we got to pay the bills, we got to keep the roof over our heads and everything. So and then and it's tough for me also because like I'll be stuck in my phone, stuck on the computer, and instead I could just be watching a movie or like just having family time with my wife. And it's been a struggle, but that's the only really example I can really think of lately. Um,
Mm.
I do want to wait. I do wish to figure out better like time management and just balance overall.
Yeah, that's me myself, and I would is also guilty of that all of the
Right.
time because sometimes we have different paces or phases in our life, and it's something that she talked to me, and I was so thankful after Christmas. We had a long talk, and yeah, when you mentioned communication, like communication, it's really important. Like hearing the other person, because that's one of the struggles I had, because I always think 3 steps ahead, and I always forget that we have different tempos in our life. It Sometimes they can't catch up, sometimes we're too fast for them, sometimes we're too slow,
Right.
and it's the beauty of communication. And it's like, hey, slow down because I can't catch up. And then
Yeah.
I was so angry at myself, learning that I was being selfish already, and she pointed that out to me. And I even had the thought of, no, I'm not gonna talk to her first. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, when when you're too mad at yourself, you just, I'm just gonna sleep this out. And then in your dreams, she visited you, and then you wake up and like, no, I'm gonna talk to her, I'm gonna go to her, and then I'm gonna apologize. And then that's one thing that communication taught me,
Right.
is that you just have to ask. It will not take too much of your human self to
Right.
really just ask the first question: what happened, or why were you mad, or where did I go wrong? Because if you're just going to wait for each other to speak up, or the pride
Hmm.
sometimes the pride will eat us. It's really difficult. And again, I really thank everyone, especially my partner, and to those who are watching, even my friends who gave me advices as well. Na, don't end the year with a bad story. You can always try to patch things up and start the year with a happy story. And then
Exactly.
it's it was really sad, man. I was like crying to the extent that, no, I'm not gonna talk until she will talk to me first. And what if it will take a month or 2 or 3, and then it will just die down, and it's something that I'm fear of losing again.
Right.
Uh, and she taught me that, and I'm really thankful. And that's one thing that I really appreciate from what you mentioned, like the quality time. um Despite how busy we are, we should always think of something really special, even in the simplest way, that we could provide to our, significant other.
Right.
And now, do you believe everything happens for a reason, or do we just find reasons after things happen?
I'm gonna be cliche and say both, man. both,
Why?
both
Can you
applies.
can you expound on each of those?
Okay, so everything happens for a reason, and yeah, it happens for a reason because um, whether through God or just fate, it delivers the way the situation happened for you to realize it, and um, and it goes hand in hand when you realize when whatever happened to you, you have to take it into your own what's that word that Quran that um take it into your own account. There you go. So
Yeah.
you have to. It's an experience that you have to take in, man. It's just something that you have to like you and I said, like you said that you overanalyze things. Like
Yeah.
it's up to you
A
if
lot.
you want to analyze it the way that you want to, but that you just have to make sure whatever you assess that you stick with it, that you go with it.
All right. So next question. This is something that is really special to anyone. What are the three things that you love about your partner?
The three
Only
things
three things about them.
about my wife.
I mean, about her. No, about her. About her.
About her. About
Yeah,
her.
about her. About her.
Um, she's very supportive. She will be there for for
Tough time.
obviously for me, for her family, my family, her friends. She has her own way of sharing her advice, sharing her time with people. She's very reliable. Um, she holds herself accountable to whatever she does, whether it's through work or any tasks that she has to do. And um, she embraces life. That's what I like about her too. One of her mantras is "Pura vida," like whatever happens, happens. So, she's adventurous. She likes to have fun, and she has her own unique way of embracing life itself.
Eee, kilig. So you shout out to Kirill. Eee, kilig. Yeah, that's I'm always, I always wanted to, because this part of me is something that my partner also shared, that she is happy that I'm vocal, and we share, the Twitter pattern of things, like the killing moments. And I am telling you, man, I squeal whenever I see, romantic scenes in
Yep.
Korean drama or movies. And then one time I shared the video of her, like, just watching us. Oh my god, it's like, yeah, I squeal, like, man, like, you could see, like, you thought like a girl was squealing in the next
Right.
room, like it was me, like, yeah, yeah. Anyways, she shouted again to my partner. She was like
Yeah.
laughing when
Bro,
we
I think I seen on like one of your profiles that you were a Jadine fan.
yeah, man.
Yeah, me
Yeah, like,
too. Me too, man. Me too. Me too.
hold up, hold up. Uh, um, my Jaden heart is like pounding too hard right now. So I'm so happy, Jey Prime. So what's up? Shout out to all Jaden fans out there.
Oh
Yo,
my
what's up?
goodness. Yo.
Like, oh my god, man. Like, seriously.
Why'd they have to
Anyways,
break up, man?
nope, nope, nope.
Nope.
Let's not.
Happens for a reason.
Did you know?
Yes.
Did you know they've been seeing each other since Christmas up
Oh wow.
until now?
Nice.
So
They're
our
still love.
Jaden Hart is still, still there. It's not
It's okay.
flatline.
Yes.
Like, especially when Jaden or Nadine Lustre released her album, like full length
Yeah.
album last year, and then
Yeah.
James was there to support everything, and then, no, we will not believe, man, that they
Yes.
broke up.
Yes.
No, we can't.
Absolutely,
No.
man.
Did you know that I cried when I heard it?
Oh man. I
I've
was
been
upset too,
reading it.
man. I was upset too. I wanted to punch my computer screen.
Like, when you saw, like, Nadine Lustre's Instagram post,
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not. James, I was so angry. Like,
Yeah.
my
Yep.
fanboy heart was like, no.
Yeah,
Like,
man. Yeah. Yep.
oh my
Nah.
god, oh
I
my
just want to
god.
add on to that. I just want to add on to that. Gorilla and I, our wedding song is "On the Wings of Love."
Really?
Yes.
So
That
have you watched, like, the whole the
we
entire
watched the
series?
whole teleseries. That was like my first teleserie ever, and we even saw them in concert. We were like, we were fanboying, fangirling too. Like it's that's why I could relate with you, man.
Ariel and J Prime, please, the real life J Dean, like, hashtag relationship goals. Like, seriously, man, like, a lot of people were asking me why I became a J Dean fan.
Yeah.
I started first when, they had this ang Diary ng Pangit. It was free on
Yep.
YouTube, so it
Yep.
was a random thing. I just watched them, and then I'm more of a Katniel fan because
Right. Uh-huh.
before.
Yes.
But Daniel Padilla was too cocky and
Yeah.
too full of himself. But I'm a Catherine Bernardo fan, so I love her so much. Like, oh my god. Anyways, I'm a
Yeah.
fanboy, fanboy. But when like
Yeah.
hashtag fanboy. But
Yeah.
when they had Diary ng Pangit, like the soundtrack. Oh man, like I was
Yeah.
like shouting at, like playing it nonstop at the radio booth before,
Right.
uh, th- and then they had their next film, um and of course their OSTs are always like killing, especially
Yep.
when naniniwala ka pa ba sa forever. It's like, oh my god, I was like, and yeah, I was a fan of James, because
Yeah.
he's really good looking. Like he's like my, I don't have a crush on him, but
Man
I
crush.
really a man crush, or something like, I look after him because of like how he handles
Yeah.
himself, like
Idolize. Yeah.
his fashion outfits, like
Yep.
hairstyle. Sometimes that look like
Yep. 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 Yep.
yeah. But anyways, let's not talk about them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. We went on a tangent. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's my fault. Like,
Nah, it's all good.
okay. But I'm so happy. Thank you so much. That's
Yeah,
one of
man. Of
the
course.
highlight of it. Everyone who's watching, J Prime is an official JD fan as well, and Karil as well. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
Never Not Love You. How did you feel after watching that film?
Oh man. That
Did you relate? Can you relate?
I wouldn't say relate. Like they really had to end the movie like that. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was just it's very open ended. I'd rather have like a solid ending rather than did they end up back together or what? Like, come on, you can't do
Yeah,
that.
I'm
Yeah,
still waiting for a sequel, man. It's like,
yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, that movie was raw. It was real. It was different. It was unique, and I appreciate it for its artistry for sure.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
really nice. And I still, for my first account, that's still disabled. Thank you so much, please no. But yeah, I've been resharing posts from the scenes, especially when man, like up until now, I could just ah, Nadine Lustre is like what the. I was like shouting during her concert. I was like, Nadine Lustre, please marry me. And then
Oh my gosh.
that level of fanboy
Right.
is like,
Right.
people were like staring at me. I was like, what? It's Nadine Lustre. Like, it's the Nadine Lustre. So
Yep.
here's my next question, related to to idols. If you're
Okay.
gonna have a 24 hours, not Joa challenge, if you're gonna have a 24 hours, you and Karil, as of course, you and Karil, if you're gonna spend a day with an when an actor or actress, anyone or from Hollywood or even here in the Philippines, it could be Nadine Lustre. Um, who would that be, and why, and how would you spend the day?
Oh man.
Anyone,
Anyone.
dead or alive. Rest in peace to
Um.
those who already joined.
Okay. Okay. Afterlife. That's a tough question for me. Hmm. That's a good question. Who would it be? And anyone in the Philippines. It could be anyone like that passed on as well. And that goes
Yeah,
for me and my wife.
yeah. You're gonna spend it with Karil, of course. It's like
Okay.
a
Two for
date
one.
together
Yeah.
for anyone.
And you already said Jadine. I don't know. Who else is who
No,
else?
no. Let's not.
Okay.
It's gonna be me and my partner with JD. We're gonna have a double date, so you can have them.
All
You can
right.
have Katiel.
Okay. That's a good question, bro. Anyone that we idolize.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to ask her, but she's tuning in. Hmm.
As your girlfriend, or I mean girlfriend, as your partner, as it's like 50-50.
All right. You know what, wifey? Do you want to just answer it in the chat for me because I'm drawing a blank here.
Anyone, like it could be
Anyone?
Audrey Hepburn. Oh my God, Audrey Hepburn.
Oh my gosh.
Like man, like Audrey Hepburn is like if I could really turn back time, I really go back and just be dating Audrey Hepburn all day, like all year, every day. It's like I'm
Okay,
gonna be your fanboy.
right. Now my wife
Anyway,
was asking me what the question was. So the question is, um, who, if we would spend like 24 hours with anyone in life, whether they're living or dead, it could be in the Philippines or it could be anywhere in life, and what would we do with that person? Someone that we idolize. Who do you think?
yeah, that's.
Oh my goodness. She wrote A1. Wow. All right, fine. Go ahead. This is all for you, wife. It's all good.
So I'm just gonna ask directly to Kirill, why? Why?
Oh
Heaven
man.
by your side. I was just low key listening to that song before I started this whole podcast. Like my mom was tuning into this radio station here, next door, and Heaven by Your Side was playing, and then now, okay, Ben Adams. Okay,
Exactly.
follow up question. How would you spend the day with A1? With the whole A1? So we're not just going to have because they are a band, the boy band, like
Listen,
90s,
I'll tell
but
I'll tell you what's gonna happen within the day. She's gonna faint like maybe like 12
half of the
times
day.
throughout the day, so I have to like carry her. You know what I mean? She's like, A1, oh my goodness.
Oh my god! Like, sorry, Karyo. This is our first first
Interaction,
meet and
yes.
greet interaction, but I was caught off guard. Like, me being a fanboy, same with J Prime with J Dean was this level, but when you mentioned A1's like, why? I was like, you have one shot. You have one shot.
I guess I could answer
A
for her. She just
Yeah,
grew up, she was a
A1,
fangirl her whole life. A1.
A1.
I never heard of them until I met her, so you know.
Yee. So, what is your favorite A1 song?
Mine?
Yeah, you and then
Oh,
I'm not gonna ask Kareel because she's going to mention like the whole
million,
albums.
yeah. How does it go? How does it go? Oh, freak. What's that song? What's that song? What's that song?
Heaven by Your
Um,
Side.
brand new. What is it? Same old, brand new you. Yeah.
Can you sing a song, or
Oh,
I mean, can you sing a line?
um, another night, another
The
day.
day.
What can I say? And you know what? To follow up on that, for her 30th birthday last year, I actually Ben Adams has like this celebrity like birthday shout out video, and
Oh yeah,
I had one done for her, and she was it was like one of the best gifts she ever received.
props to you, man.
Thank
Like
you,
props to
thank you.
you. That's I was also doing that for the past how let's say last year. I've been like messaging, spamming Twitter, asking for this K-pop group, NCT, to really just even mention my partner. But no, I was even thinking, it's like, how about I edit something and then just edit it, so like fake edit it.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, she was someday, hopefully she will meet the boy group. Like NCT is like more than 23, so if I could really understand Kirill's like fangirling,
Yes.
because my partner is also fangirling over 23 plus EXO, that's 12. So
Oh
so
my
that's
god.
all
Yeah.
so I was asking, so who's your bias? Like, do I have to answer that? Okay, no question. So if we're gonna if we're gonna buy an album, it's like gonna be 23 albums plus 12, because uh, each album has a different individual's photo card, so it's a
Right.
collectible. So being a
Yep.
K-pop fan is really expensive, but yeah, you
Yep.
do anything for your loves, just like what you did
Yep.
to Karel.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna ask Karel on the comment section if you're gonna comment. What is your all-time A1 favorite song? Like, if I'm gonna ask you, what's your favorite A1 song, and then you're gonna sing it.
All right. I'll wait for her. Are you listening?
And
No?
then
Okay. Oh,
I realized,
she's answering. She's answering.
we're waiting. Yeah, this is "Heaven by Your Side" is my all-time favorite song from
Oh,
Coldplay.
okay. Yeah. There she is. There's her answer.
Ah, like a rose, you treat me like a rose, and then oh yeah, I'm a
Yep.
big Backstreet Boys guy. So my brother is an NSYNC fan.
Yep.
My younger brother is the A1 fan. Shout out to Dominic, my brother, who was crying over his lost A1 tape way back in 1990. Because you had to choose. We're like four brother. My sister
Right.
is a Spice Girls fan, so my brother
Okay.
was an NSYNC fan. I was the Backstreet Boys fan, and then you don't have to choose. Like my younger brother, before he became an OG hip hop fan,
Right.
he was an A1 fan. Like no,
Gotcha.
Dom, if you're watching, no, you can't hide the truth. You were an A1 fan. You had the tapes. You memorized all the lyrics. When you have the cassette tapes before, there's like
Yep.
lyrics within. So he
Yep.
was like, he had a poster.
Yep.
I was like, no, like,
Wow.
ah.
Can't hide that. Oh, exposed.
But yeah, thank you so much, Kirill, for sharing that one. So
Right.
yeah, that's a nice. So now, how would you spend the day aside from fainting half or 12 times? How would you spend the day? Plus,
You
you have the whole day. All expense paid. Where is going to be happening? What are you gonna do? It's like it's a day with your idols.
right. You're asking her. You're asking me.
Both of you.
Me.
I'm
Both
just
of
I'm
us.
just gonna ask you. So it's
Okay.
like a surprise to your wife, Kariel. So, hey Han, I have a surprise to you. We have a 24-hour
Yeah. Yeah.
21.
All right. I
So that
think
would
I
be
think I think the logical thing would be like, of course, like we're gonna have lunch, dinner, everything. It would be like I'm thinking it would be like one of their concerts, and we're allowed like backstage, like VIP access, and the whole shebang, and take many pictures and stroll around London. There she goes. Yeah, we'll go
yeah.
we'll go around the United Kingdom, and
Uh,
be very
have a
posh.
we're gonna have a shot of water.
A shot of water. Let me
Shot
take
of
a sip
water.
of water. Yes,
Yeah, yeah, London. London is like
London.
London is a place for us to really stroll around and lounge and
Exactly.
go up the lift and find Harry Potter and all those Quidditch games. Anyway, so we're
Yes.
we're going we're going British here again. But yeah, that's a really nice day and yeah, I myself could really relate to Kirill. Yeah, I think yeah, I remember 2018 they had a concert here in Davao City. My workmate won the A1 challenge.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
that's why.
Yeah.
Shout out to Christine Plaza. She's an A1 fan as well. She sang She Treat Me Like a Rose cover, and then she was chosen and she had a backstage pass with A1. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. So next question. So actually, the difficult question was already asked from last hour. So this is more of a the good side of life again.
Okay.
So
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
what would your perfect day look like if you're gonna describe it to us? What would be the 24 hours? What would be a perfect day to you?
A
Please
perfect day
describe.
for me. A perfect day for me. I mean, obviously, it'd be spent with Kirill. You know, uh, we would do the stuff that we usually love to do, like pre-pandemic. I would say like we would take our dog to the park. Have a stroll around the park. We would watch a movie. We would eat at our favorite restaurant. Um, have no worries at all. Like um, stay off the grid for a day. Put our phones down unless we're taking a picture. And she loves taking pictures. She'll make me take like the same photo. Like how it is, man. You're in a relationship. Make sure the
I
angle is right. So we would take many pictures. I would take many pictures for her. I would. get frustrated and be happy to do it at the same time, and you know, eat our favorite food. That to me is a perfect day. Yeah,
Yeah,
play video
that's
games. Just be in each other's company.
that's I'm visualizing it based because I'm more of a visual person. So sometimes
Right.
when I can see you and then I see her thumbnail and there's like visualizing. That's a really nice day.
Yep.
That's a really nice. That's a perfect day as well. And
Yep.
you sharing the Instagram boy fee. Yeah, dude. Like
Yep.
you just have to have the perfect angles
Yep.
and the lighting. Sometimes you're gonna wait for the right chance. Like okay, we'll wait for them to walk by.
Right.
Okay, take the photo and then no, take another one. It's like
Yep. Yep.
it's the same smile. It's the same.
Struggle. Yep. Yep.
But yeah, we all the things we do for love and for the
Yes.
person that we love. That's something that's
Absolutely.
really important. And I myself is a I really want to take a lot of her photos, and
Hmm.
it's but she's the one who's she doesn't want to have like a lot of photos because
Okay.
some girls like my sister. Shout out to my sister would really have this. I'm not pretty. I don't feel so pretty right now. It's like no, you are so pretty. It's like, no, I don't feel pretty. No, just kidding. But yeah,
Right.
I always get that from her. But I myself, I really wanted to take a lot of photos.
Yes.
Especially now, um, like a day with her is like worth everything. And if there's ever a day that's one thing that I'm thankful of Facebook is that um in a random part of next year you will see this
Yep.
as a memory
Yep.
and it's just like where was this and then just like and it's a negative the negative side of that or the disadvantage side of that is she's gonna ask you so you're gonna ask her when was this where is this and then you forgot. It was like oh short. why didn't
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
why
Yep.
didn't you ask the question. So next question is that so you already had a very wonderful day with A1 strolling around London, taking the lift and finding Harry Potter and all the Quidditch games, and of course, and other. You're gonna find a lot of British people there because it's in UK. Shout out to all my friends in London who's
Yes.
watching,
Daniel
and
from the UK. Yep.
Daniel Radcliffe or Lord of the Rings, anyone or Game of Thrones. So if you're going to spend one day here in the Philippines with Karel, where would it be and how would the day go?
In the Philippines.
In the Philippines.
Oh man. The last time we were in the Philippines was I think 29 no, yeah, 2019. We were there. Short trip long. Uh, it's tough, man, because we want to be everywhere in the Philippines. Seeing family, friends, the beach. There she goes. Well, her answer is the beach. You know my answer, and you're gonna laugh. You're probably gonna laugh so hard.
Where?
Our first destination for me, Turk shawarma.
Shawarma?
Turk's shawarma.
Okay, funny thing, you shouted to Turks, baka naman. Man, like beach and then Turks shawarma. Why Turks? I really wanted to know why Turks shawarma. And
Oh
then
no,
I'm gonna
bro.
ask Ariel later, what beach or where in the Philippines do you want to go to?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have Turk shawarma here in the states, but ever since I tried it, like I fell in love with it. Like
Man,
many years ago. I don't know. It's just my thing. I know there's probably better shawarma out there, but for some reason I'm so hooked. When I think of the Philippines, like one of the first thoughts, I'm like, man, when I get off the airplane, I gotta have a Turk shawarma. I'm sorry.
man, just let me know if you're ever planning here. I'm gonna treat you to all the Turk shower except for one mall that I'm not gonna mention because I had a very bad experience. This
Yeah,
is that's a funny thing because I ordered shawarma. My partner
yeah,
was looking for my no sorry edit that, edit that. I mean, my friend. That was wrong. That was wrong. My friend before, she was like craving for Turkish shawarma as well.
Right.
That's her favorite shawarma.
Yeah.
I went to this mall, dude. The onions, the white onions were counted like three strips.
Oh wow.
One, two, three.
Yeah.
A teaspoon full of beef.
Yeah.
Like I was like staring at it. I was like, is that the shawarma? And then the pita bread was too large, and then I think it's only one fourth of
Right.
the whole shawarma. That's the shawarma.
Yeah.
So teaspoonful of beef, three strips of white onions, two slices of I don't know, two strips of cucumber,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think only like I could count how many drips of the white sauce. So I had a really bad experience from that.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah. Very stingy.
I was like, this is it, and then she
Mm-hmm.
said, yes, sir. That's everything, sir. And when I'm mad, I go like all English sometimes. I go Karen all of a sudden. Like, this
Really
is
said Karen. Wow.
like look, like a lot of people behind me was like, because I paid for 115 pesos or a dollar, no, $2 or
Yes.
something and change. And then I counted, look, I opened it in front of him, three white onions, seriously, two strips of cucumber, and a teaspoonful of beef, and this is what I get. And so I was like, sir, that's the standard, sir. No, yesterday this was like full, and this is no. And then I was like, I was so mad. I was
I got
so
you.
mad.
I
Like
got you,
I
bro. I
was,
got
I
you.
was a carrot. I was so bad. I was like a bad customer there. I was like,
Yeah.
next day, it was not the same person, and it was their other. I think it was the other person, and then I was happy because they changed. Hopefully, to all those, don't count this. Please count the strips. Just count
Gotcha.
the
I got
strips.
you.
But Turks, yeah, heaven. I'm craving for one now.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
actually, I think I have shawarma.
Wow.
No, no, I don't have shawarma.
Naman. Gotcha.
Boracay, yeah, Boracay.
Yeah.
When you visit Boracay now, it's so I'm telling you, it's so clean.
Yeah.
It's
The
so
only
clean.
time I went, the only time that I went, it was when it was like trashed up and full of people. So
Yeah, like very
it was,
crowded. Like
yeah,
like a lot of people. Like
a lot of tourists. Yeah.
and you really can't enjoy like a quality time. And if
Exactly.
ever if ever you're going here again in Mindanao, you should definitely go to Siargao.
Gotcha.
Man,
Yeah. Yeah. That was our plan. Yes. Yeah.
Siargao.
Have you ever been to Butuan, bro?
Y- uh yeah, just passed by
That's
Butuan.
why. Gotcha. Okay.
But my brother is there right now, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yes, shout out to my brother, and yeah, he's spending his Valentine's there. Sana all, like that sana all,
Yeah.
like
South Korea.
sana
Yeah.
all. Yeah, my brother's like, thank you so much. And next question is that a really nice day in Boracay. Yeah, strolling around, eating your Turks, or taking photo of Kareel,
Yep.
having your quality time with your Turks, and then Kareel was
Yep.
also taking photos,
Right.
and that's really nice. Right, the sunset there in Boracay is something. The last time I've been to Boracay was way back in 1997.
Oh
So
wow.
just
Many years
imagine
ago.
how many years ago. Palawan is something. Man,
Yep. We
oh,
went to Palawan as well. Yes.
Palawan is like heaven. It's like heaven. Something that
Of
I really
course,
wanted.
man.
It's
The
so
only worst part for me for Palawan was the commute going there. The long
yeah,
winding roads was the worst. It was the worst. It was the
like
worst
going to
part
El
for me.
Nido, like the road
Yep.
road trip.
Yep.
Um,
I
like
almost got in
dude,
a fight with a passenger. It was crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
but that's really nice. Palawan is especially the islands there, the locals, the food.
Mm-hmm.
Last year was supposed to be our first trip together in Palawan, but yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
C19, you're the best. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Mm. 5 years from now.
Random question, real quick transition.
5 years from now, I'm almost 40. That's crazy. Almost 40. Not yet 40, but almost 40. So 5 years from now, we're definitely going to have children. That's always been in our talks. Um, no rush, but we are going to, you know,
Yes,
I hope I'm still going to be streaming by then.
that's a
I hope
that's
I
definitely.
am. I hope I am. I hope I am. Definitely still, I still feel like I'm still going to be working my full-time job that I have now. Um, yeah, hopefully fixing this house as well. Um, yeah, I'm just more focused on life at home, really.
That's nice. And
Yeah,
if ever you're going to have designs in the future, just let me know, man, how I can help,
I
and
got you.
hopefully
Yes.
we could have like collaborations and
Yeah, man,
teach me senpai. You have seen my edits. You have seen.
you're good, bro.
So I was like that. That's one thing that really frustrated about, because I'm a
Mhm.
frustrated graphic artist, and whenever I see good edits or good graphics, I lose all my confidence, and
No,
that's
I,
one
I
thing that
understand, bro. I totally understand. Yes, I still get
like
the
when
same way. Excuse me. Yeah.
it's like, oh man, like when I saw your 8-bit designs, like your retro designs, like how did it do that? And then you remember the poster when I edited your your
Oh
your
yes, yes,
photo.
yeah.
I only used the eraser.
That's good. No, it's good for what it is, bro. I like it. I loved it. I loved it.
But sometimes when you're a pro, you have like I think you have like the cut
Yeah, the lasso
shortcuts.
tool, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, the last
masking.
two. Me, I zoom in the whole photo, and then
No, it was good, bro. It was good. I
I
give you
remove
props for it.
it like one pixel at a time.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Mhm.
But if I'm in your job, I'm gonna lose my job
No, you're fine,
because
bro.
because you really have to meet the deadlines, and it's something
Yeah,
that I really wanted to learn more.
I got
And
you.
what is one blessing in disguise that you had last year?
Blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Stumbling upon the streaming community. I got to give it that because it really changed my outlook. Like
Yeah.
my friends Adam and Jax were they were in the chat earlier, and everyone else that's also part of the community. Like they really influenced me to just be more positive. Um, it's the pandemic itself, I would say, is a blessing in disguise because you know we would still be doing our same thing, but what we were doing pre-pandemic. But I would have never found streaming or anything if we weren't quarantined. So I got to give a shout out to them for you know really blessing me with open arms and just being positive. So
So thank you so much. What is the name of your community? For example, me, I have my abnormals, AB
yeah,
normal.
I got you. Yeah, yeah,
Just
yes,
kidding.
yes.
No, I call them journalists. I call my communities journalists, not abnormals. I'm the
Yeah,
no. This is just a weird suggestion from my brother. He said, "How
right.
about AB normals? Because you're abnormal, and then you're sharing the abnormality to your." No, it sounded odd, so
No,
I
I
had
got
to
you.
change it to journalist.
Yeah.
So, how about you? How do you want your community to be, or your supporters to be called?
Oh, my community, my own community.
Yeah, your own
Um,
community.
I haven't really thought about that yet. I mean,
You're growing, man.
yeah, I
I mean,
am. I am. I'm
not
growing. I'm
physically.
thinking.
I
No,
mean,
I'm
your
thinking.
community.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you. I would say I'm growing slowly but surely. I'm just really embracing the journey of it all. But if I do ever like get supporters or whatnot, I would call them my prime numbers.
Prime numbers.
Yeah.
Very mathematical. So Shout
I'm
out to my
terrible at
math.
math. I'm terrible at
Me
math,
too.
by the way.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I had a bridging class. Thank you so much, discrete math, for yeah. Thank you so much. Huge shout out to my teacher. I'm not gonna mention your name. Thank you so much for making my high school life memorable.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
but Prime, like
Yep.
Optimus Prime people, like
Yep.
so they're gonna transform with
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. That's it.
what is the biggest lesson that you've learned from the pandemic? Like the general lesson that you have learned.
Pandemic. Lesson I've learned. Hmm. From the pandemic itself, or just like life, like
Life during the pandemic. After pandemic strike, what are the general realizations that you had?
okay. Don't take life for granted. Everything that you did. I mean, we can't even go to the movie theater anymore. We can't even. I know some places opened up. I don't know about in the Philippines, but over here, dine in, dine in, but with limits. But you know what I mean? Like being able to have like a normal daily life, like just going out to eat and doing normal things. Never take those for granted anymore.
Okay, so here's my next question.
Go ahead.
Uh, if you're ever gonna have a superpower, what would it be and why?
Superpower. All right, this is a hard
Not
one.
not gonna be a transformer. No, I will not take that as an answer.
I got you. No, I
It's
wasn't
already
gonna do
happening, man. It's already happening in Japan.
that. That's a tough one, man. I would either ask for two powers, be a mind reader or teleportation.
Why?
It'd be easier to travel. And
Oh,
mind
that's one. How
reading,
about
um, you know, so I
wouldn't it be
can,
that very dangerous when you mind read and then all of a sudden you can hear like what was that film of Jim Carrey where he was God and then
oh,
he heard
Bruce Almighty,
yeah
yes,
yeah 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 and
yeah.
then he heard all of those
It is
voices.
dangerous. It is dangerous. So, why would I would have it? It would just be easier to be cautious and analyze a person, and you know, it's also I do realize like it's invasion of privacy, but at the same time, like we're talking about superpowers here, so
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a hypothetical question.
yeah,
It's a hypothetical, especially
exactly.
to the viewers. Maybe they would take it as a very security and something issue. But no, it's just a hypothetical question.
I
So
got you.
um,
Yes.
here's another this is a random question I got from one of my friends. I shouted to Bea. So what does it truly mean when to love someone? What does that mean to you? Like what does it mean to truly love someone?
To truly love someone.
Yeah.
To truly love someone means you have to be genuine. You have to be 100%, you can't you have to be authentic. You can't half-ass it. You have to give your 100%. You have to show your love and support unconditionally. Um, you know, um, to love somebody, you have to give your all. Like honestly, like you can't just give little bits here and there. You have to be forefront and center. Like you know, you're giving a lot of your time to this person. And you got to make sure it's worth it. And that's why you got to communicate, and you got to just be present. If you
Oh,
really love, like your partner or whoever, have presence in their life.
that's that's
That's
really
that.
important. That's something that a lot of relationship that I heard, especially when my friends would be sharing their relationship stories. Um, it's always the first 3 months or first few months of your relationship where the presence is there, but after the honeymoon stage, the
Yep.
presence is always absent, and then you go to this. Um, I made her cry actually. One of my closest friends. I made her cry just by sharing this Wong Fu production videos. Video.
Yep.
It's strangers again. Like you
Yep.
shout out to all the Asian
Yep.
Asian community there in the States, and shout out to Wong for Production. One of my inspiration in doing a short film is Wong for Production. Like strangers
Yep.
again is like,
That's top notch, man. That's top notch.
oh, like
That's
man,
it.
like fifth stage is man, like
Yeah.
that's that short film
Yeah.
is like my life story, and made me realize more really taking care of the relationship I am having right now. And of course the what you shared is a simple yet very vital in any relations, the presence.
Absolutely.
You can be miles apart, but if you can't really make that presence felt, um you're still absent. Oh, they were very 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 philosophical.
Very, very. Nice.
So if you can see something in the future, what's that thing that you wanted to see in the future? If you're given the opportunity to see one thing in the future, what would that be and why?
Um, the one thing I wanted to see. It's a good thing that you asked that. I thought it was gonna be a difficult question, but in all honesty, I want to see how successful I'm gonna be. I want to see if I'm able to reach that level of success with the rate I'm going now and the rate that in the future. But I'm looking forward to seeing each success as I go, like within life, and
One step
how
at a
far I
time.
go with it. Yeah, one step at a time. Exactly.
That's something that I wanted to hear, especially to a lot of my friends, and also this is a lot of people are scared of putting plans ahead, but
Right.
it's it's not bad. At the same time, it's not negative as well. It's something that you just wanted to put there. It's like a life goal. It's a
Got it.
life target. So what was the stupidest thing that, or pardon my French, so what was the stupidest thing that you've ever done last year that you regret doing, ever doing? It could be anything, man. It doesn't have to be very deep. But if you want to go deep, go ahead.
Hmm. Last year in
Yeah,
2020.
2020, man.
Um. That's a tough one. Yeah, that really has to make me think. I mean, hey Anna, just saying. I saw you in the
Hi,
chat.
Anna.
Thank you, by the way, for linking us. I really do appreciate. I give it. Got I can't express like how much Anna means like as a close friend to me as well. So thank you so
Yeah,
much.
like
Um,
Anna, thank you so much as well.
yes,
No words can ever express how thankful I am to have met Jay and Anna. But
exactly.
don't stray into the question
No,
again.
I
What
got
was
you. I got you. No, it's a good distraction. I appreciate it. So, all right. The stupidest thing. Oh, bro, I can't think of it. I think
it's
if I'm gonna
always
be like if I'm gonna be honest here, probably like not clean my house, not doing anything with my house. I've been all right. The stupidest thing was let myself be lazy. There you go. Let myself be lazy.
shout out to Tita. Tita is waving at the back. like Filipino moms are really angry right now.
Yeah.
like what like just sharing to you before I use shout out to my mom. She woke me up with a
Oh
deadly weapon
wow.
plus 10 hanger.
Good thing it wasn't
Dude,
the releasing thing. So
if she was outside, she will be getting the mop or getting the. I have belts here, like near
right.
my bed. Like yeah, she was like standing there. I thought she was like, "Mom, I'm not young anymore. What are you doing with the hanger?" She was fixing the clothes because
I got you.
I just finished doing the laundry indoor. I do laundry indoor.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
And I was so shocked, and then she was like standing right there, right, like, huh, what? And then my alarm was too loud for her.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to all the Filipino moms. But yeah, dude, like how could you even know?
Yeah. Sorry, man. This
Like
is a
yeah,
hot.
we
This is honesty hour, so I'm being honest.
Like we always have that lazy time, especially
Yeah,
when it's gloomy and it's like you you had a very rough week and it's like
right.
it's time to be lazy. But
Yep.
good thing our Filipino moms are not there to really,
Yeah.
our titas are not there. But yeah, another question would be uh, what is your can you name your five bucket list goals for the next 5 years?
Oh, okay. For the next 5 years, well, one, of course, like I said, I keep saying, bear children. You know, grow my family. Um, bucket list, grow my stream, of course. You know, with the stream itself, like I said, I'm just embracing the journey for itself. Like, if I get offered, supporters or partnership or whatever, like, yeah, I'm game for it. It just all depends on time. I hope to grow within my job. Um, you know, um, to be able to still learn and like apply my skills and um, my full time job. I just want to maintain my loyalty to them. They're great people to work with. Bucket list, bucket list. If time will allow, and if COVID like happens to die down, travel, more
Yeah.
traveling. Bucket list, bucket list. All right, this one's gonna be a different one. So within 2 years is gonna be my cruise 10-year anniversary, and I'm just hoping for a successful event with them.
Yeah,
So yeah, dancing
man.
dancing is also a big part of my life as well. So yeah,
I'm so excited to really just watching YouTube videos, like especially like competitions,
yes,
dance competitions, like make me want to dance again.
yeah,
That's one thing that I really miss doing.
I got you. Yeah,
Dancing with the crew, just attending dance competition,
yep,
and yeah, even dance recitals. Those are the things that I really miss,
right,
and definitely one of my bucket lists is going there in the states and gonna stroll around, not in London but there in Jersey, and
yes,
meet up with you, meet up with a lot of
absolutely, bro.
go all different states, and yeah, I'm hoping that that will happen hopefully next year,
Hmm.
if the work permits, and I'll be one of the lucky few to really be all expense paid going there.
Right,
But I think it's gonna be in, is Arizona near Jersey?
not at all. It's on the other side, bro.
It's so far away. Why is it so far away?
Yeah,
I'm just I'm just gonna Google it. Or what's the nearest city? Maryland. Is Maryland near?
I would say it's maybe within 2 hours drive, two and a half hour drive from here, Maryland.
That's
Not bad,
near. That's
not too bad.
nearer.
Yeah,
But
the,
Arizona is far away.
yeah, it's very far away. I would say the closest city to me is Philadelphia, and then a little bit
Philly.
further is New York City. So
New York. Yeah, we have New York. New York. I'm
yeah,
not gonna mention the name of the company, but yes, we have a New York headquarters. So
gotcha.
hopefully it's gonna
Okay.
be New York.
Yep.
So we're already nearing. We're just gonna have a little extension, and because I don't want to, this is just part one. This is I always mention
Part
that
one.
this
Oh
is part
wow.
one. March is gonna be a very busy daily podcast, and not really daily podcast. It's more of a daily stream. Plus, it's gonna be a talk show, like a lot of funny topics that I hope you could also
That's
join.
awesome. Yeah, I'd love to.
Like what you mentioned, like in-game collaboration streams, and yeah, because I'm gonna have my CPU by March, and yeah,
Awesome.
gonna play retro games as well, gonna show you my
Yes. Let's go, bro.
adventure island game or space
Yes.
invaders
Let's
basic.
go. Let's go.
Or any collaborate. I think there are games that are retro that we could play
Yeah.
like as a team. This
Yeah,
some
there's actually this program. It's called Parsec. You can link up with anyone in the world if they download the program. Um,
oh,
it's actually very easy to use. So, what it would do, like, I would host the game, and then you would just have to like log in, and then if you have like a Bluetooth controller or anything, you'll be able to link to my computer, and then be able to play the same game. Depending
Oh,
on the game,
so
yeah.
I'm really looking forward to March because it's gonna be a really make or break for me.
Right.
Especially I pre-planned this for the whole year. During the pandemic, I was just like attending master classes. No, just kidding. I'm not attending. It's just just
Yes,
watching on
yes.
YouTube like DIYs and how to edit, how to do this and that.
Got it.
And the podcast was not even it's not even in my wildest dream to really ever happen because uh, I was looking forward to really just meeting new people and through podcasts I could really see myself like rewatching it over and over, adding views to my YouTube.
Yes.
But yeah, just rewatching like even first episode, how can I improve more, and just the how do you call this, the spontaneity of everything is really important. And life stories is unmoderated. They are stories that I really wanted to bring with me, gonna share it with my friends, and then I learn a thing or two. It's more important to for me as a as why I went with this life talk is that I also wanted to hear stories of triumph or downfalls, and just by listening to your stories, I'm so glad, especially with the Jaden part. Like man,
Yeah,
that was like the highlight. Like, oh my god, like
man. Of
we're
course.
gonna talk a lot, but especially you being game with this is the life talk itself,
Yeah, man.
and that's really
Absolutely.
important. So
Thank
now
you.
this is not the end of it yet, and we're not gonna have a short break. We're just going to give this opportunity to J Prime to plug in your projects, your plans, or your activities.
Okay.
So shoot it away. Don't
All
worry,
right,
this
bro.
will be recorded.
Okay,
This is
okay, okay.
recorded, and we're
No,
just
I got
gonna
you.
replay.
Yeah, absolutely. So, my streaming page on Facebook. I'm not on Twitch or YouTube or anything. Exclusively on Facebook. Primetime Retro. Right now, I'm doing the podcast with you, and then later on, I will be doing a co-stream with my wife. She's not going to be on camera, but she'll be
She
playing
could be
along with me. We're going to be
gonna be
streaming.
what are you gonna stream? Horror
We're going to
game?
stream. No, 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 no horror. It's Valentine's Day, so we're gonna head in with some Street Fighter, and then Puyo Puyo Tetris, and then
Oh yeah, those games like two player games.
yes, and Metal Slug. We're gonna play some Metal Slug as well as we
Oh
sing.
my god, I miss Metal Slug, man.
Yeah.
Like we spent like almost half of our allowance like a year.
Yes, yeah,
Like you go
absolutely.
to computer shops and
Yep,
then you rent
yep,
because those were the in thing before. We don't have like again, as I mentioned, it's a luxury. It's
yeah,
like only for the privileged ones to have those consoles. But
yes.
Metal Slug, man, I'm so excited for the remake. And I'm that's gonna be 9 p.m. No, am I correct?
No, it's gonna be Oh, my stream is in your time it's 6 a.m. in the Philippines Monday, and then
Later on 6 a.m.
yeah, but over here it's 5 p.m. for those tuning in Eastern
Okay,
Standard Time.
so 4 hours from. Is it correct? No, 6 hours from now. Wait, one, two, three,
Something like
seven,
that. Yeah, something
seven
like that.
hours.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at math.
Me too.
You can really tell. And
Yes.
also I would also like to ask. You mentioned you have like creative design. What is
Yes.
creative
So
design?
I've yet to update my design page, but it's called Create on the Daily.
Yeah, create on a
Um,
deal.
you guys have like design inquiries, or if you need any help with design work, Create on the Daily. It's on Facebook and Instagram. I also want to plug in my crew, Retro Flow Crew.
Yeah.
I'm one of the founders of the crew. We're also on Facebook and Instagram, and I think on YouTube as well. So, yeah, Retro Flow Crew. I think that's it, really. Are we allowed to do shout outs or anything? Okay.
very. This is an opportunity to do
Okay.
shout outs
Got it.
and everything.
Okay, so I mean, of course, shout out to my wife, everyone that tuned in. You're very loved. The people that inspired my streaming journey, Blast Processing Video Games, Adam and Jax Martinez. Um, the sole reason why I started, like, they influenced me and like inspired me to do it. Shout out to my Kuya Keith of the Buster Shot Zone. Shout out to Anna of One Player Heart 3, close friend of mine. Um, First Responder Gaming, my boy Matt. Um, Momster Gaming, she was here earlier. Ziza Zuzara. Um, she's from Cebu originally, but she's living in France. Um, who else? My Blast fam, the Blast Processing family. My crew, Retro Flow crew. My other crew, Cypher Syndicate. And yeah, all my family and friends that tuned in. Much love. Much love to
Uh,
everyone. And
so
shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you.
and of course, this is not the end of the journey. This is just the start of the journey between me and J Prime. To all the viewers, I'm so thankful. I'm always excited to have live talk, and it's something that it starts my week right. And J Prime just made this journey a lot better, especially with what he have shared. And this isn't not a very easy feat to really open up, and it's something refreshing to hear from a different perspective
Right.
our um, from his talk, his sharings, his experiences, and boy, I'm so excited to really have March with J Prime, with the
Yeah.
primes, with the prime numbers, the
The
primers,
primaries. That's nice.
the primary the primaries and the secondaries, and of course everyone who's part of our journey. It's really life changing, and this is something that I'm going to look back in the future, and
Absolutely.
just going to share with my friends. And the replay will be posted on both of my social media account, on Facebook and on YouTube. And of course, this is not the first time that we're going to have this podcast. We're gonna have like podcast every day starting March, and I'm so excited to have collaborative works with J Prime and all those who are part of the journey. And yeah, any tips to everyone who feels so lost at this time? Any words of encouragement that you would want to impart?
Hey, just words of encouragement. Just like I said, stick to your guns. If you feel down, just there's someone out there that will express their love to you. You're not alone in this world. Never think that you're alone because there's someone out there romantically or just like just to be supportive. It's definitely tough times right now with this pandemic and all the social and political and whatever environment it is. There you gotta acknowledge that there's like the bad stuff in life, but you also have to embrace and acknowledge that there's still good in yourself. There's still good in some people, and um, just keep going. All you have to do is just keep
Uh,
going in life.
like life goes on. Like just keep
Yes.
moving forward. And of course, everyone, I'm so happy. And yeah, that played very late. So I'm so happy that J Prime shared his life with us and shared his almost 4 hours of his precious time. And
Yeah, of
this is
course.
something that it's not really easy. And if there's anything I could ever do to repay, that will be my endless support, anytime, anywhere. And of course, since you're in the States, hopefully I could plan out any arrangement, especially with my friends there. And
Yes.
yeah, to all the viewers and all supporters, keep on supporting J Prime's page, and I'll make sure to help you reach those dreams. Because make all
Hey,
dreams everlasting. That's one of my hashtags. That's MADE. That's make all dreams everlasting. And
same for you,
you're
bro. Same for you.
You're making it happen. And of
Yeah.
course, don't forget every Sunday, Live Talk with AB. If you have anyone who would like to join in, if you have anyone who would be you would like to be featured, don't hesitate to reach out to either
Yes.
Jay or to Anna or anyone who's watching,
Yes.
or even to my page as well. And huge shout out to Karil for sharing your hobby to me. And don't worry, I'm not a basher of A1. A1 ko sa'yo. Just kidding. Pero
That's a
I'm
good
so
one.
happy. I'm so happy that I met new friends again.
Thank you, bro.
This is
Yes.
something that I'm so happy. And of course, happy anniversary, first anniversary to me and my partner Honey Jade.
The
I'm
anniversary.
just waiting for her to wake up, but I don't want to wake her up because I know she's sleeping already. And
Yes.
hopefully we could have this last message to yourself 10 years from now. What is your message to yourself?
10 years ago.
No, 10 years from now. So
Oh,
if
to
we're going to watch
myself.
this again
Hey.
after 10 years,
All right. All
what
right.
is your
So, all right.
message?
Prime.
Yeah.
You just did your first podcast like ever, and Ash is an amazing dude. Like you gotta support him because he's supporting you. So you know what I mean. We gotta uplift each other. Um, you're looking just 10 years like later down the line, but dude, you're doing great. Just keep it up. Like I said, like I've been telling like my past self, listen to your own advice and continue doing that. Keep going. You know, you're doing great, bro. It's all good.
So thank
Yeah.
you so much. So that's your 10-year-old self, Prime. So listen to so you just said that's a time capsule. That's one of the new part of this live talk is you're going to have a time capsule message to yourself, and
That's
that's
awesome.
something that I've discovered from my sassy girl. Like bring your time capsule. After 10 years, you're gonna see it, or you're going to read it some place or sometime, or just going to rewatch it.
Yeah.
So again, this is your boy AB. It's already 3 hours of live talk, and it's not easy to say goodbye. And this is
No,
not
it's
a
never.
goodbye. It's never be a goodbye. It's just a farewell. We're gonna see each other again. Huge shout
Yes.
out to everyone. Thank you so much, and catch us again next week, same time, same page. And this is
Yes.
your boy AB saying, "Be wealthy, stay healthy and wealthy." Make all dreams everlasting, and please keep supporting streamers, keep supporting life, and keep moving forward. So
Yes.
that's it for now, and have a nice day.
All right.
Peace.
Have a good one, everyone. Thank you. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's Day.